Oh my, oh my. I'm putting my footprint down, paving a lane in these wild YouTube streets. I'll be nice to you, just be nice to me. We're pushing, oh man, don't even try. Cause it gets savage when I'm under that pressure. I'm sliding in till the job's complete. Intellectually, ignorantly, either way it's clean heat. You don't want smoke with me, ask around, they know the package. Tapping right, show love, and we good, that's Big Jim Savage. So go on, like, comment, and subscribe to me. Yeah, tap that like button real softly. Show your boy some energy, it would be appreciated greatly. Greatly, 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 greatly. Big Jim Savage.
That tastes so good. That wine tastes so damn good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Jim Savage Experience. All the shit, all the entertainment. Hope everybody's doing good today. Oh, like usual, my computer's bugging, but it's okay. We can work. Yeah, we can work through it. Today, I'm going to be like through the show. I know you heard of the early morning wake up, whatever it's called. What's it called again? Sharon's Ghetto. You know I love you, Sharon. It's all real talk. It's all real shit. You know I'm a comedian. The Wild Show from Sharon's Ghetto. I'm just gonna do a reaction because we did a show a day or two ago, and you know I had my patience for everything because I like to wild out, you know, but not anymore. I'm gonna change the man around here, and I don't mind to change other people, you know. So I was questioning on my name, Savage. Let me turn my headphones down because it seems pretty loud. I was questioning on my name, Savage. Let me give you like a little background. So when I'm growing up, you know, I had to go through a lot of trials, tribulations, and fighting. You know, I was a big guy, but I was kind of like, you know, young, dumb, new to the place. You know what I mean? And a lot of people were intimidated by my comfort of walking around as the biggest motherfucker there. You know what I'm saying? And I was calm, cool, and collective. You know what I mean? Just a gigolo, and everybody knows. And to be honest with you, I wasn't the Mac, even though I was the Mac. You dig? All the ladies loved me, but I didn't, go towards them. They all came to me. And then, people just hated that. You know what I mean? So they always wanted to fight, do all this and that. And so I had to become a savage in these streets. Fought all my life. I fought all my life in these streets, which made me a savage. And being raised by the most powerful black woman I've ever met in my life, which is my mother, she taught me a lot about how to survive and what to look at. She was an Aquarius just like I am. You know what I mean? So when you think of me as the guy that don't like women, that is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Love you, bitch ass motherfuckers. Now, for real, though, women are very beautiful and great. It's just y'all are most annoying people on this earth. And we know this. Y'all know this too. Y'all just try to act like you aren't. But much love to you all. And we still need to love you. I do. Genuinely love you guys. Yeah, most. Most. But like I said, I became a savage in the streets. Became a savage everywhere else. And my mind was on some other shit that no one could really comprehend or fathom. Like I could see things other people didn't see. Actions, everybody kept acting. Emotions and setups, all this type of things that can create a man that trusted no one and builds brick walls around the bullshit. So when I say savage, I mean I don't put up with the shit that other people put up with. I call out the bullshit that people don't call out. I don't tolerate nothing. And if I feel that you're quick to disrespect me, back in the day would have been a problem. I'll put it that way. Now, I took my anger and my negative thought process and I turned it into a positive man, as you may say. And I'm developing a way to destroy those who try to destroy me in a nice, calm, civil, intellect way. And I'm not out to do it. I'm out to spread a message of positivity and get everybody on the same level of understanding. And that's what one of the biggest things that I um, advocate for is positivity and understanding. And don't get me wrong, with every positive, there's a negative. A lot of people like to dwell on the negative. I see it a lot of savages out there dwell on the negative and forget about the positive. They wake up in the morning groggy, sounding like DMX. Good morning, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to see people that wake up in the morning and have the breath to breathe for life and able to continue their day be so miserable. What is wrong with you people? Life is brilliant. Life is what you make it. You got a lot of people arguing about back in the day slavery and we can't move forward and the white man's doing this for us and the black people doing this. What you don't understand is every day you wake up, you can change everything within your world or whatever you can change for yourself. You can change it. And for those who argues about the past, yeah, our ancestors in the past developed the comfort that we are enduring today. That's fine. That's fine. If you're scared, then ski. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just telling you that I used to be a savage back in the day, and it wasn't nothing like trying to get at people. It was protecting myself. That's all I always had to do, protect myself. Everybody wanted to get at the big bad Jim. I don't know why. Maybe because I look this good. It could be. But so like I said, every day we need to wake up and change the course of your life. If you're not liking your life, wake up, get some rest, eat a good dinner, go to sleep early, wake up and change the course of your life. Don't sit up there and blame anybody but yourself for the situation that you're in because the world is so free and so capable. that you have no room to really complain for a long period of time. Trust me, there's things that come up. God, and then you be like, God damn it. Gosh. Let me say, gosh damn it. There's a lot of you out there that say anything about the Lord, you go crazy. You go crazy. But today I'm going to be reacting to a show that I was on, which I highly respect. It's very entertaining. I know it's a ghetto, but it's also a ghetto where we can get some talk points in and see Sharon Kate for the ladies. And if you ladies don't understand that he's kid before you, actually, he is. That's why you control half of the shit he does. But I'm just, observing and understanding how these YouTube streets work. What I understand is that if you can't take the pressure, let them lead you. Let them. Who's your leader, nigga? Who's your leader? That's a big red flag. But all we know is that my homie Sharon has a lot of this going on.
Sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister.
You're one of a kind. Take your shimmy, ladies. It's all good. It's all good. We don't mind. We love Sharon. What is Shakes, bro? She always come in here. I do like when you come over though, because I know you love me. I know you really, truly love me. Love you too. But no, I love Sharon. I just believe that y'all know he's doing it. It's okay. It's okay. We got people that do that shit, just like Brownsville. When he comes in, this goes out to the queens and the dreams and the means of the bees, and the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. Like the repetitive bull crap when it comes to the, but it is what it is. Everybody has their own shit. Everybody does what they do. It's like I do what I do. If I feel like making fun of you, that's what I will. You can do the same to me. I don't mind it. I love it. I love the entertainment. This is why my brand is Savage Calm Entertainment. Calm for a quarter, man. Oh, just keep it there. But it's for the entertainment for all you eyes and guys and fly chicks out there. You dig? I'm here for your entertainment. If you don't like me, that's fine. But what you need, well, not need, what I ask for you to like is that Cash App if you like the entertainment.
Give me your fucking money!
He needs some milk.
Speaking of milk, I like coffee in the morning. And speaking of the morning, I am going to New York to celebrate with my girl, her birthday. Let's give a shout out to my girl for her birthday. We are not bringing any semen demons. Shout out to the semen demons. We're going to have a blissful time in New York. Go see the tree. Go look at those the big ornament, the red balls. I love the color red. I know y'all. I can see it. All my shit is red. Let's give it a shout out to the Reds. Favorite color. So let me get this. Let me load this up for us to react. So before we go, before I show this, this is just a small preview of what happened, because you're gonna miss a part. I loaded it up right in the middle. So they were talking about do we think that most women are do we think most women are sex workers? The way I took it, so the sex work, I think the way everybody, we saw a video, now we had to respond. They said it's all women respect sex workers. Most of them said yes, most of them said no. It was like a even thing right there. So what I thought it was, because there was no specifics, because you could get down to all types of sex work. Sex work being you're leveraging your box for money or leveraging for something you need. That's, to me, that's sex work. You know what I mean? They didn't say anything about like prostitution or selling your box for money. Like they didn't, specify what it really was. They just put it in sex work. So most, yes, they leveraged the box for something, right? And you see it in marriages. If you don't act right, if it's not happy wife, happy life, then you probably won't get no box. And guess what they're gonna say? Well, you can't go outside and get outside box either. All right, buddy. Okay. All right. I'll do what you say. Make sure the family's happy, has happy home. I need some bucks. So thinking about how most men that I encounter, what I see on the internet, what I see in conversations, this is all the observation I take, because a lot of people make comments and judgment off of some book they read that they've never been there. They some false bullshit that somebody said, hey, they never been there. Seen something or say something they never seen. They don't know. They like to make up, have allegations of things they never even experienced before, and stick to it like it's the truth. I understand, you're humans. You know what I mean? You're easily manipulated. Sip my wine. Easy manipulated. It's easy to get you on board with anything. It's human nature, right? None of us really, well, I can't say because I'm on a different level. I just like to come down here and play with you guys for a little bit. But a lot of people can't even fathom that their mind is the most, the body, the human body, the mind is the most brilliant computer that ever existed. And they sit there and act like it's nothing. Act like it's nothing. I don't understand why. It's you. You want better, you can always change your atmosphere. My dog Chippy taking a piss. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. I'm gonna lay you boy down. Oh, boy. Y'all see him? Look at he's acting up. All right. Back to the show. Go lay down. So yeah, no one, like, everybody thinks that the people call themselves queens, kings, and we're this and that, and brag, but nobody has common sense. As y'all can see, you talk to most people, they do not have common sense. If you don't have common sense, how the hell am I supposed to believe, or you want to listen to what the fuck you're talking about? But I entertain myself about that. So we're gonna get to this video, and it's gonna jump right in there. And what's gonna happen is, like I said, they say most women sex workers. I said, yes, I agreed. Yes, and I explained to them that the pussy gets leverage. Then someone out of nowhere who knows nothing about me comes out of nowhere, capes real hard for the ladies. Capes really, really hard for the ladies. Start singing songs, poetry, and all that at the beginning, like like a man with a cape on that has to do that so they can feel good before he gets up there. So if he says something stupid, they got his back. That's a perfect way to enter a room of ladies and a show that's pretty much about the ladies. You know what I mean? Sure, I know the show's about the ladies, man. That's why you'll see. You'll see. So let's start the show. Like I said, if you feel that the entertainment is decent, put my credentials on the bottom screen. Where you find me on a couple platforms. Cash App's up there. I'll leave that up there. Let that scroll. Also, I need you to wonderful. So let's get to the show. I actually should fuck it. Y'all can hear it. Let's play.
All right, so I would say this, right? All right, so when it comes to like specifically what I mean by selling. All right, so this is the one thing again. I'm gonna reiterate. My father always told me. He says, son, the women will always give you attention for your finances. You know what we as men do? We give them the money for the attention. And it's always been what I consider an equal trade. I go out here and I provide. I go out here, I do what I need to do to make sure that you Gucci, you straight, you can be comfortable, you can rest in it, right? Then I mean, hey, the least I can get is a good shoulder rub, and you know what I'm saying? Just let me know that you love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause for real, it really is simple. It really ain't that much that we be asking for in return. It really ain't. I swear it ain't. It be such small stuff. Like, just know my little routine and how I like to operate, and we good.
It is. You understand? It's so simple to please a man. It's not the hardest thing in the world, man. Because we're on the verge of just trying to, we're not verge, but all we trying to do is get to the bag or progress our lives. And we'll work through the hardest part of it. We just don't want to come home to the bullshit, man. We want to pick someone that understands, wants to rub our back, shows us that they are paying attention to us. Because we work our asses off to do it for them. Don't even need it every day because we don't want it every day. We don't want it all the time. Just show us when when we're not paying attention to you a little bit, maybe. You come like, how you doing, baby? Give me a kiss. Just checking on you. You know what? Even me saying that out loud, I'm like, damn. Thank you for thinking about me. I had a tough day. Maybe I'll tell you about it if I get to trust you. That much. That's all we ask for.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
In the box. My bad. In the box. I'm just saying.
See, that's what I'm talking. Virginer. Give me some of that virginer.
I don't know if that played. And that's wow. And it's gonna be a snowstorm or something.
See, that's what I'm talking. Virginer. Give me some of that virginer.
My bad.
And that's about it. Other than that, do what it is that you do. Operate how you operate. The only thing I want to do is for us to continue to enhance. That's it. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. We make all of this a lot more difficult than what it really is. When you really in it and it's truthful, it's so simple. It really is. It's so easy, man. It's so easy, dog. Like you just be coasting. You ain't got to stroke nothing, man. The wind push yourselves, man. The wind to push yourselves. But I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family.
Okay, go ahead, Jim Savage, and I'm gonna bring a couple of people up.
That was what's up right there. Appreciate that. We're black men. We can be savages. Man, we're all savages. We could be that. But I believe that. I need y'all to tell me, do you agree that if it was a world of men, just men, do you believe that we would just be all out savages? That's a lot of testosterone in one place at all times. Like, come on, let's. It's because we live in this civilized world now. We only made it civilized for our wonderful women and ladies, our daughters. We made it wonderful for you to live comfortable on the sweat, tears of a man's butt. That most black men are. Do you believe that most men will be savages if it was just men? Because they tell you that a woman is a man's piece. I agree. But if you don't word it right, if you don't have the right cape nowadays, if you don't have a cape nowadays, they ain't gonna hear you. All they're gonna hear is, He's a savage. Get chopper. Because there's no common sense, no patience, no talk. There's no understanding. There's nobody wants to sit there and listen for understanding. They just want to hear to respond and get in their emotions. Uncontrolled. Well, you know what? I forgot that I gotta get this definition out here too. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna get the definition. I'm looking for that attention and love from a female, basically they're of their own kind. But basically, as a man, we are like we start off looking for the box. That's what it is. It's like we need something to conquer, and we could conquer the cooch, then we can start working on the relationship and things like that. So basically, it's like we look at you. Yes, Sharon, you're right. It is about the looks. That's in our nature, and it's not a bad thing. We're not the same as females. So that's what we look at first. Then we think about, I want that box because that looked good, right? So we put a little game in, and most everybody, man and woman, lie. Little white lies here and there, just so they can see what's going to happen, or try to, we all do that to try to get it. You know what I'm saying? Just like that's why I equated makeup and stuff, because we all use some type of, whether small or big, it's at a certain level, some type of lie to attract what we want. I know you didn't get a haircut in a long time, Sharon, so you don't agree. But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, this is just honesty. This is what, Sharon, it's time to get a haircut, bro. It's time to get a haircut and get all them accumulated roaches off the top of your head, bro. Come on, you on screen. Put a wig on, put some makeup on. Period. Pull yourself. Come on, Sharon. Comb your hair. Pay your fare. I say the majority of people, how majority of people work. You know what I'm saying? We all have many lives of what we say or do for us to get where we need to go. We all do it at jobs. We all sit there and pretend like we don't be like, hey, nigga, what's really good? We don't take that to our job. So would you call that a lie? A little one, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we all do something to get something. And mostly men want the box, but in long term, we are looking for a relationship, because most black men are good men. You know what I'm saying? And we are looking for that love. We're looking for that affection. That's a question also. I believe that I have, damn, is it over here? I believe that I have the option to put a poll up. I don't know. I remember seeing something where somebody put a poll up. I don't know. I'm still, getting back to these YouTube streets and learning. I'm using something new today. I ain't even got to my OBS yet. I haven't even got to the OBS yet. And I got all types of stuff on my OBS. But first, the question was, do you believe in a world of just men? Do you think we can all be savages? Do you think it'll just be a savage moment or a savage time? Do you think we'll all be savages? Just a world of men without the women. Do you think we'll have a calm nature without our females? I don't think so. Nobody wants to sit up there. Nobody wants to be around dudes all the time. Nobody wants to, no, man. It's one eye open. Trust me, we'll fight. I'm down for it. I'm always down to feel some niggas skin on my knuckles. Like appetizers. But why would I want to do that all day long? My knuckles is already jacked up from the past. I can even hold little things in my hand. My hand is huge. Look at these motherfuckers. Now, with jacked up hands that are huge, I can't hold no pins like that no more. They fall out my hands. So I like big booties. You hold it right in your hand. It fits perfectly. It's perfectly in my damn hands. But yeah, man, like, who wants that? Also, hold on, what were you saying? Let me do this. But the box is what we really want. And who? I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to lie. This is the way it starts. And I'm be honest about men. I'll be honest, because a lot of y'all, and I'm not even going to specify the group of people. A lot of people like to sit there and lie and act like the reality ain't what it is. Most men go out. And the only reason why they go out, because you know what? We can entertain ourselves in the house. But why? Like, we do go out. And if we're going to a club or a bar or something, guess what? Either it's we had a stressful day and we need a drink. At the end of the day, what are we looking for? If we get a drink, some box. If we're going after the club, we look for a box. We're going to the grocery store, looking for the box. If you're single, you're looking for a box. Not saying your life is about box. But God damn it, I'm in. But guess what? It's just a small part. And y'all sit there, just so like people get so emotional and make the smallest thing the biggest thing. That's like when I say the box. That's all he cares about. Well, I'm telling you with nature, it's not all I care about nature. The box. It's like Pandora. It's Pandora. But yeah, it's in our nature, man. Y'all act like there's so many people out there. There's so many demons out there trying to stop what we are. This is why we getting so like men are supposed to have emotions, man. They're supposed to. We're humans, but if a man walks the way this earth is with uncontrolled emotions, that is a problem for humanity. And this is why I said men are savages, natural born savages. You understand? Put all men together, we're going to create a lot. Trust me. But then when we get frustrated, there's going to be a lot of bullshit going on. Let's put it. I'm not even going to get into specifics. But guarantee, and the long story short, with our delicate flowers, without our when you say delicate flowers, there are flowers that make you sneeze all the time. There are flowers that can get you sick. There are flowers that can cure you. There are flowers that smell so good that you want to keep them in a vase and take care of them for the rest of their lives. There are flowers that can kill you. But in the long run, we like flowers. If you get what I'm saying. A lot of you won't. So it's not just like we're looking for box. That's something that you can ask it a million times. It's in the DNA. Only to be honest with you, you want to go back and think about it. You like a lot of people disrespect men, right? But this world wouldn't be populated without both of us. So what the fuck are you talking about here? Where's the segregation between men and women when you exist because we are here together? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is exactly where common sense comes in. If we had common sense, there would be no gender war where I don't believe it's a gender war. There's just no understanding between the two. There's no communication within the two. There's more emotion than logic between the two. We have the right, the room, the opportunity to talk, walk, speak, progress, accumulate knowledge because men and women exist together. And when I say we're savages. But guess what? We have a whole world of people and more coming. Why? Because we coming. Because we coming. Inside you. But y'all want to stop that. People want to stop that. Act like there's not enough land for all of us. Come on, man. It ain't about population control. It's about us getting along. And there's a group of people who don't want us to do so. So what you gonna do? Keep acting like you ain't got no babies, that you want to have babies and want to have babies to keep the legacy going and want to have babies to work. You need men and women together, understand each other to create that. And if you want a better life for both of them, make your life better and stop doing the dumbest shit. And when men are on the internet or women on the internet saying some shit, listen. Before I talk shit about you, I listen. See, that's not the point. I understand. And you know what? And I'm not gonna sit up there and lie and act like people who talk shit or troll ain't saying some truth. Cherry, nah, man, there's a lot of y'all bums out there. There's cherry bums, shiesty bums, sugar bums, bums and bums of sugars, and all that stuff. But some of them shit they say is right. Like you said, men disrespect. I'm gonna put it up there. Men disrespect men more than anyone because we're savages. Like that's what I've been saying. You just reiterating a point that's making my point true. We're savages without y'all. We don't mind y'all bullshit talk either, but it comes a time where you need to stop and understand. Like we need to do the same with y'all. Stop and understand that. Don't take it too far, because we'll end up in the world that we ended up now. We ended up in the world. We're ending up in a world that we're living right now, where we're on the internet fighting each other for understanding that we already understand. You're just having too much bullshit pride to not accept our roles in life and the purpose of why we're here. We have all different purposes, but guess what? There would be no population. Why are you here? If you don't want to populate, if you don't want to grow a family to do the same thing you saw when you was a kid. And I'm not saying all the bad things. I'm also saying that people have not grown up the same way. Trust me, we all been through some shit. But what's the point in fighting like we fighting, man? We like the most powerful group is the most ignorant group. You know? And I could say sad because in my shell of morality and common sense, I understand that. You know, it's sad that we can't get along, but don't get it fucked up. I understand y'all, which makes me greater because I'm here to understand that the enemy could be right next to you, look like you, or not. They could say that word love, which y'all be taking like it's serious. Come on now. Actions, time. And I don't really believe in time like that. It's situations. So action and situations is what builds your observation of how you need to move in this life. And if there's the enemy is right next to you, you need to separate yourself from a lot of motherfuckers, man. If you are not feeling right in your life and your skin, you need to sit back by yourself and observe what's really going on in your life and stop and separate. You know, it's entertaining to watch this social media shit, and I'm on it. I'm about it. I'm about entertainment. I'll be up here entertaining y'all. Just like I was entertaining Brownsville. I could have been like y'all, impatient, ready to for no fucking reason, not get and then go down the rabbit hole and fuck up somebody's show, but get a whole bunch of likes and views because everybody likes the ratchet tree. That's why I went from 16 to 3 real quick because there ain't no ratchet tree going on around here. I can be ratchet. Want me to be ratchet? Let me be ratchet right now. Hold up. I'll be as ratchet as putting shiesty bums comment out there. Let me read it. Most women were forced to be wives. Great and wonderful. Don't be a wife. If you don't want to be a wife, that's fine. That's fine. Go like we need to start having like buildings to put people in to get what you want in life. If you don't want the family life, if like for real, it's nothing against you, but I feel that people will grow faster being around people with like minds. There's a lot of people, and I'm not saying you have to be. I'm not saying you have to be a wife. I'm not saying you have to be a husband. I'm not saying you have to be a friend. I'm not saying you have to be mine. State your claim at the beginning. Don't be around me without your honesty. If it hurt my feelings, good. I love you to death because you were honest. I know exactly where you are. If you can't be honest, you a sneak. And then you falsifying how people should react around you. And then you get mad when they act around you when they find out something different about you. Stand on 10. Somebody find out something different about you, stand on the 10 about what you did. There's going to be a lot of consequences, but hey, it is what it is. You don't have to make up from nothing. You could go through the rest of your life feeling like, at least I was standing on who the fuck I did, what I did, everything. But there's a lot of you foolery fuckeries out there, man. I just dropped some gems and my views went down. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're going to keep going down. I'm not doing ratchet shit. And I'm telling the truth. Nobody wants that no more. So separate yourself. Have some decency for the others. If you are ratchet, you don't want no understanding. You don't want to be a wife. You don't want to be a husband. You don't want no family. You don't care about the kids. Let's put y'all over there. That's the segregation we need. If you really don't want that, if we try to put you in the teaching camp or something, try to bring you along, and you still just like, I can't. There's levels to who lives with who. If we want some progress, you know, if I wanted to stay being, because the savage in my name has a lot of meaning, and it's not what Brownsville was talking about. And that's another thing I'm gonna get on when y'all see it, the bullshit, the fuckery. But I dig it. He went straight to the definition and what he thinks it's used to, and you know he can't think outside his mind. That's why his first conversation is hello, dream, hello, everybody. You know what I mean? It's a pimp. y'all, trust me. Not most, not all, but what I see is the words of a pimp can make y'all pussies limp. And you try to say that it doesn't, but you ain't proving me wrong, cousin. Because a couple of flip-flapping the words, just like y'all do the men, wet box, pregnant box, no marriage, like you can talk about me. I did the same shit. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm saying even if you call me out, yes, I did. Didn't follow y'all rules. Don't be a wife, go over there. Don't want to be a husband, go over there. I want that. I want I don't care if it's from here to there. I want all my family with me. I want to build a compound with land that I own and have every bit of what piece of my blood is out there, even if it's not. People that rock with me, I want them there. Right on that fucking compound, that land that I own. You build your own house on my land. You just got to respect the land rules. I build my own community. But the basis is to be positive. And I know ratchetry is what y'all want to see, so I'm going to get back to the ratchetry. Shout out to the Seaman Demons. We could do everything else on our own. A woman is our peace. A woman is our fucking peace. You know what I'm saying? And this is what keeps us from not tearing another dude's head. Why does that, hold on. See, this is what I'm saying about the comments is, why does that look so strange from what I'm saying to Sharon when, nigga, you live the same life as a man. Don't act like you can identify all you want. You can identify all you want, brother. I love you to death, bro, but you can identify as them all you want. We're not. You did the same shit, so don't act surprised that you didn't like you. So your girl, she was attractive, and the first day she walked the strut, you was like, God damn, I wish I had. Stop acting like you ain't no man, nigga. Cut that shit out.
Told that little nigga, don't fuck with me. I try to be a good motherfucking nigga, but I can't be because little bitch ass niggas like you want to fuck with me.
I wasn't calling you that, Sharon. I'm just saying Your actions is bitch assness. I'm sorry. I'll say it to you. Still love you after that. But those are some bitch ass actions. But back to the show. No, most of the time, going back home to our woman. Because if we just out there by ourselves as savages, we want to conquer everything. And that's why you take a lot of coochies to conquer that. Because
How do y'all know? How do y'all know if most men are good men?
I wondered about that as well. So by what?
Do you understand that no man is going to ever ask that question? Because we all expect men to be good, regardless. That's how we know. We feel it within ourselves. And it only takes a demon to ask that question. Because if they did, they'll know that there's bad people out there, but they know that most people, they will feel. There's no statistics on that. There shouldn't be statistics on that. I believe in humanity. I believe you're all jacked up and fucking it all up, but I believe in humanity. I believe we all want the opportunity to be good people. Notice the words I use for that. We all want that opportunity to be good people. Guess what? Some of us don't. I believe the average of people that are truly bad are like 1% to 2% are truly bad. They have no minds and it's just evil. 1% to 2%. But wanting the opportunity to be good, not being forced to be, you know what I mean? I believe most of us are good. Yes, we could be savages. That's why we hear like, God damn it, woman. It's so simple not to be a bitch. I guess. It seems so simple not to be a bitch, but maybe in the world today, because I'm here to adapt, advance, and understand, right? So maybe the new world is about some men or a community of people putting men at a test to see if they will bow down. Go ahead. If that's what you want to do, bye. There's plenty of islands for everybody to build their own little bit of community of the ratchetry fuckery that they want in their life. If they don't survive within each other, that's on them. But those who want that positive living, those who want to just live and strive and grow to be like 150 years old, because the reason why they're doing this is because y'all ratchet ass behavior. We're just like rats and monkeys. They're all test dummies. Y'all checkered on your face. Y'all sitting in the driver in the passenger seat waiting to crash into that wall. I'm sorry, but
Little nigga, you can never be like me. You don't need to be like me. But what you need is to stop sitting around here trying to blame everybody for your problem.
I'm just saying.
Give me your fucking money!
He needs some milk.
Like I said, I drink coffee in the morning. I got a long day coming up tomorrow with my booty celebrating her birthday. In New York, looking at the Christmas tree. Doing loving things like a savage does.
What criteria are you able to determine that most black men are good men?
The same way I can determine if good women are good women and bad women are bad women.
And what's the determining factor?
Getting around them.
Okay, give us.
Okay, but you said
run down
most
like the
black
top
men.
three
It's
or
over
something.
20 million black men in this country, so you wouldn't be able to be around all 20 million of them to know that most of them
You
are.
can't really talk to a woman scorned. You can't do that because the emotions are so heightened that whoever hurt her is the only thing she's looking at. Her mind is whoever hurt. So any back talk from a man, any anything that she doesn't agree with from a man is rejected. Even logic, even honesty, even the truth. It don't matter. Their one agenda is I hate you, man. A man really destroyed my thought process of what a man should be. And they let one pookie do that shit. Or two. But not realizing that's the choice they made. And just like I said, I feel that most men are good-hearted, want good for everybody. Why do you think the world is so comfortable to talk shit about men? If men were, if I have to sit there and give you some numbers on what I think men are good, were you living comfortable in your AC PhD self? Like, and if you're able to call your pussy bomb cherry, if you able to take pictures of your glamour on the internet, most men are good. You're comfortable to shit on us on shit that we made and control. And we sit back, go ahead. It's entertaining. This is wonderful watching people shit on what we in the Bill Cosby voice, you know, show putting and shit. This is crazy. But we love, and they also say that we're not intelligent. I had to say this first. If we're able to construct something in a world like this, and able to sit back, when there's other countries or other places that if you talk bad on what they deem higher than, or if they say men are savages, there's men of that would, if we're talking about them, that would destroy people. But people are in this world to say that men are bad. And men are looked at this way, and like you're comfortable to talk that way and nothing happened to you. This is in a world that's made for men. That sounds like an oxymoron to me. And there's a bunch of them. The percentage is very high. Just like I can say that a female has done to me, but totally not disrespect the whole female anatomy. I love yous. Like you would say, you got a mother, right? Came from your mother. Yes, I did. One of the strongest black. BLK. Onyx colored. No, she's not really onyx colored, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, black, man. Light skin black, but she black. She got the worlds in her. Indian, tribal, Blackfoot, Cherokee type shit. A goddess. Come on now. Give it up for the goddesses. But the oxymoronic talk is men are horrible. We need to shit on them 24/7 in my AC and coat with a designer name on it. In my luxury apartment, my nice car that I don't know how to change the tires with oil to. I don't even know the fucking model. Just bought it. But we ain't shit. I say this. I truly say this. I love you to death. But those who don't, those who speak on men, like men are put to the test all the time, right? And like drugged through the mud. I say this. Everybody should be tested then. If you feel that men are scary, you'll pick the bear. You truly pick the bear. You'll truly. I'm sorry, but that's the first time I used that one. I think in the song. This song in the background. Oh my gosh. I really, But I got all the bears. I got the red flag bear. I got the stop bear. There's a big reason why I picked the bears, because when they first started saying that they will choose salute. Hold on, let's give it up for the team. Give it up for Stanley and the motherfucker. Stanley, come up here, man. Let me talk to you about what they did to me on the show, bruh. Let me tell you about what they did. They try to get me. They try to take me down, but I have way too much patience, and I'm too stoic. I'm old enough. Stanley saw my wine side. When I got too much wine, I'm like, rawr. Yeah, I get ready for a little bit, but it's nothing threatening. It's just like, hey man. But they try to get me. They try to trigger me. They tried in the chat. They tried on the panel. They try to bring somebody that all the ladies bow down to, because why? He speak like a pimp, talk like a pimp. Sure, he probably dressed like a pimp. Because every time he comes up on all the ladies go, he's here. And then he goes, oh, the queens. You know what I mean? You're in my dreams. I wish I was in your jeans, but I'm not going to say that, because you'll think that's all I want, baby. All that poetry, bro. Listen, I respect it, daddy. I respect it, daddy. I dig it. I dig it. I fucking dig it. If that's how you can get the box, acting like you don't, that's how you get the box. Hey, man. That's how you get the box then, man. It only proves my point. But you'll sit there and say, oh, no. You put your beliefs in God. If the Lord is, oh, EGLLOC. You'll say that to protect what you really feel, because you want the box. That's why you probably, if you got a wife, guess what? When you first met her, she probably looked good. And what'd you say? I want the box. Gotta have that box. Ooh.
See, that's what I'm talking. Virginer. Give me some of that virginer.
See, it takes a counsel. And I don't mind it. But everybody has that level. But it takes a counsel of females that make a man not tell you what a man really is. Savage. Sophisticated, intellectual savages. Put yourself in against the wall, men, to protect yourself. What do you think you're going to turn into? Savage. Protection. Protect yourself. A savage. Stop bullshit with me, man.
Cry Jesus, not me, 'cause I throw hands.
We are who we are. Let's stop denying what we are. And I guarantee we can move on. Just the accountability and the truth will set you free. It'll be a world of you just like me, living so savagely intellectual. Man, that's just me. I just made that up too. I just made that. Give it up for the poetry. Give it up for the semen demons. Give it up for the ratchetry. The ratchetry. You know, a lot of you, a lot of you guys, which, like I said, full accountability. I was like this when I was a kid. Still loving. She's still my goddess. But a lot of you
You know what your problem is, baby boy? You got shit all twisted. You got an Oedipus complex.
You got an Oedipus complex. Mama to be your girl. That's my girl. You want your mama to be your girl. That's my bitch. Trust me, bro. All the smoke. Yes, sir. Let me pour me a little bit more wine. Listen, I can do this. I can do this. My milk in my wine glass. Matter of fact, you know what? Drop the link, my God. All right. Let's get it popping over there. Shout out again to Stanley. I'm about to drop the link right now, Stanley. Piece it up. There you go. Come and join me on this journey of they trying to get me. All right. I got my man Stanley in the motherfucking building. Let me see something a little different.
Hey, what's going on?
Boom. There we go. What's good with you? Stanley, they trying to get me. Huh?
I was actually about to hop in bed for my old man nap.
I took one of them motherfuckers earlier, man.
I should have.
Yeah, I appreciate you jumping in. I'm drinking a little bit of wine, you know. Get my nightcap.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
I don't get to watch Sharon's show that much.
It's early in the morning. It's like I think he starts at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, I know what time it is. I actually subscribe. It's just not my cup of tea most times.
I believe it. I believe it. I learned on that I'd have to be a troll and not be on the show like that. I have to be a troll in the chat because, like, you know how all right, so, you know, like last show we did a little argument here and there, but still coming to an understanding. You know what I mean? Still on the same level.
Yeah.
Like, we're not or nothing like that. They have people up there, and he capes for them, that just say the most outlandish shit. They'll tell you not to interrupt them. They'll tell you not to call them names. But and you won't do it. But then, in the twisted things, they'll do the same thing that they said they don't want done to them. And then, and sometimes the host will be like, let them fly. But then when a man talks, oh, cut it out. Shut it down. Hold on. You can't be interrupted. I mean, he doesn't do it all the time, but he doesn't ever do it for the females. And I'm like, it's hard to, and he'll let them say that he won't check them. He'll let them say the most outlandish shit. Like, I can't deal with that shit. But I control in the chat.
Well, I don't know. I think my main problem is I just don't like going up on panels where there's like 10 people up there. It doesn't, you know, I tend to be better, you know, with smaller panels.
Yeah, dude. You get
it's a little bit of it's kind of a free for all up there, and as much as he tries to control it, you get like 5 people up there who really just are not very good at expressing their thoughts. It just devolves, and I don't have patience like that.
Well, this is exactly why I brought the show up, because I have patience, right? And it proved itself because they really tried to get at me. They asked the question. The question was, do you think women are sex workers? And me, I'm like rabbit hole thoughts. You know what I mean? If you're not being specific, with the question,
Right.
then I'm going to give you an answer of what I hear. So you said sex work, and I'm thinking like so leveraging the box. You know what I mean? Leveraging the box for a benefit, which is kind of like sex work to me. You know what I mean? So if you got to leverage your box or something, that's sex work. Like you're using sex to get something. So, and they asked like, do you think the majority of women are sex workers? And I said, yeah, thinking with that thought, right? So then they were all like the faces and all that stuff. The women came up talking and I was telling them, I wish you would watch. I don't know how much of the video you watched, but I was just telling them that later on that's what I thought. And this guy came up, and you know how my name is Jim Savage, right? So he came up and he was like, listen, he came up with all that ladies and queens, and you are a part of my dreams, all that poetry, like give a shout out to all the queens, and they were like, yeah, the king, you know what I mean? But he was caping for the ladies. So so then he goes, this man right here don't know nothing about me. He's a savage, right? He's the one who goes around terrorizing the community and da-da-da-da-da. He's going on and I'm sitting there. And he's saying like I'm uncontrolled. I attack, I do everything. And I'm there sitting there just watching him smiling. Like, cool. So stoic. You know what I mean? And just showing him that I'm showing him in real time. He's wrong with my actions. And it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I just want to hear everything he has to say because I'm much more than what I can be, which I told him before that men can be savages. But due to our women and like common sense, we not. And I told him that our women are the ones who keep us mostly not sane, but in a calm form. Because if it was a world of just men, we would be the savages that I was talking about. You know what I mean? Because it's already in history, it proved itself. Without the women, we're going to kill each other. Plain and simple. So I was getting at that.
It's probably true.
Yeah. So I was saying that part, and he came up. He was just like, "Oh, you're a savage, you're glad community. These guys like that. He's a YN. Don't even know my age. He's saying all types of stuff about me. Sat there and chilled. And I had a little, broken up comment about it after he was done, and then the show went on. And I stayed cool, was smiling, joking with everybody until like for 2 hours, answering questions, being calm, not interrupting nobody. When somebody talks, I'll stop, let them speak, and then I'll speak again, showing him that he doesn't know what he's talking about. And right when I was about to leave, I gave it a comment saying that this is the Brownsville. If I'm such a savage, how can I not be interrupted? He came on and said the whole total opposite of what he called me at the beginning. It's crazy. But that's what I was just getting at. My bad for talking too much.
Well, I think I would love to hear what Bomb Cherry has to say about sex workers and all women being sex workers.
Because I think she used to be one, but let's hear.
Good men.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested.
On what basis are you making this determination?
That would be 30 million.
Get a haircut in a long time. Get a haircut. Every time I try to do something on the computer, Stanley, something happens all the time. Come on, man. There. Hello? Uh-oh.
Are you? Is it me or is it you breaking up?
I think it's me breaking up. I tried to rewind the video, and that's when everything went crazy. All right, are you there? Wow.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. I think it was the YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube messed up. Shit. But, shit. She really didn't say. She really didn't say too much about the sex work when I was talking. He did it like in the middle after when he asked her, because a lot of people started talking. Like, they were asking me something about why do I think that men, all men are good? Because I said basically all men are pretty good. I said they're all savages. Men can be savages, but what I think is all men could definitely want to be good and can be good and are good. And they said, how can you determine that? And I was like, pretty much because that's what I believe that men can be. You know what I mean? Observing how men are and what they go through. Hold on. All right, here we go. I gotta go back to it. This is what I just got it back. I'm gonna put it right where he starts talking. All right. When he starts talking, because this is where it gets interesting. Can you see it?
Yes.
Show!
Right.
My God, is it playing? What the fuck is going on here?
No, it looked like it froze.
Good day. Welcome to the show, Brownsville, New York. Good day, sir. How you doing?
Yo, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. First and foremost, Cuzzo, can you hear me? Am I coming through clear?
We can hear you good.
You too.
Now, Cuzzo, I need you to change the layout so I can see everybody that's on the stage for me.
All right, there we go. So he's gonna bring everybody up, and he's.
Thanks a lot, Cuzzo. I appreciate that. First,
have you heard of Brownsville, Stanley?
Say that again.
Have you heard of Brownsville?
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
Okay, yeah, I don't know of him. I know twice of him coming up and keeping for other ladies and speak. They all respect him. Put it that way.
First and foremost, let me take my shoes off before I walk into your room. Peace and love to the beautiful queen on the panel, the supreme goddess, PH Diva. Peace and love to you.
Peace and love.
Peace and love to the other beautiful queen.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna be honest. All he does is talk about PH Diva. Give her so much fucking clout or whatever like that. So I think he has a crush on her.
On the panel, Bomb, Sherry, Juice. Peace and love to you.
Same to you.
And peace and love to all the queens in the chat, man. Anya Bracy, the SBG First Lady, Robin MDB, Sugar Bum.
Right, Stanley. Come on, bro.
Rogue C, it's me, Dr. G, Sexy Red TV. Conversations with MJ, the Boricua Princess, Miss Jalen, Genesis, Renee, Keisha G, the Victorious One, Zero Tolerance, the Verbal Assassin, Venus, Renee, Keisha G, Kim West,
Verbal,
Reese, all the queens, man, all the queens. I don't want to forget about none of the queens. Every time I get this platform, I'm making my purpose to lift y'all up, give y'all flowers, and show these men, show these knuckleheads how they should be treating the ladies, the queens, and the women on the internet, man. Peace and love to the kings as well. Can't forget about the kings. This is an interesting conversation, Cuzzo. And I want to be clear, right? Because I don't want anybody to get confused as to what you're hearing so far on the stage prior to my arrival, right? You see, you got a gentleman on the panel who goes by the moniker of a savage, right? So we should understand when he says that 65% of women are sex workers and all of these different things that he's talking about, we have to understand what a savage is. First and foremost, a savage is an untamed beast. A savage is vicious. A savage is violent. A savage does not have self-control. A savage is completely undisciplined. A savage is completely unethical. A savage is uncivilized.
You hear him, right, Stanley?
Yeah, I'm trying to. What is he, a fucking preacher?
I
It sounds like a. Now, see, this is where I would have gone. Well, what is this? A Sunday sermon? Can we get to the point?
That's what I was saying in my head. But I was showing him that he doesn't even understand what a true intellectual savage could be. Someone like what you don't understand is someone who could sit there and watch you talk shit, which they all. I'm gonna prove it. Which they all cannot do. But the whole time he can talk shit, belittle me, all this and that, not know who I am. It doesn't hurt because I've already been called that all my life. So I'm used to this shit. But I know where he's coming from, how they coming from. So he's still not understanding. I'm just sitting there letting it happen.
A savage is someone that everybody, and I mean everybody, should run away from as soon as a savage comes into your presence. Because
can you pause it right quick? Here's the deal. Usually people, I mean, I'm surprised that Sharon isn't going, hey, these are all ad hominems. Okay, this is not, this is literally like, is this a roast session or is this some sort of conversation? So he's going to go through all the permutations a savage can be, and he expects to be taken seriously. That's the problem.
This is exactly when I go on
and he's doing it with a damn lisp.
He definitely is. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And I told Sharon that I said, you don't even understand. You are keeping for all of that's about females. Like, you're not even looking at both sides. You don't care. Like, we're up here. I go there to have fun now. Just troll it, have a good time. Because there's no common sense there. And with your host just has a narrative of one side, he's not gonna there's no point of us really talking as men to them about what we really need or what's really supposed to be, or you know what I mean? Like, I just have a logical conversation. Because he lets them interrupt us, he lets them talk shit about us, and then when we reciprocate, it's a stop. It's like, hold on, and then they're like, Sharon, and they're like, wait, and then they control it. They're like, no, I'm not gonna. They won't even listen to him when they get like when they really get. They won't even listen to him. He sits back like, okay, and lets them take over. And as soon as they do that, I'm like, who's your leader, Sharon? Every single time. It's crazy, bro.
Kill, steal, and destroy. He is a prophet of Satan. So when we hear the talking points
of what?
A prophet of Satan. Mind you, this is my
on earth.
I think this is my first time being on the show. First time being on his show. He don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I was thinking they knew who you were. You've been up there or something.
No.
This is the first time?
This is the first time being on his show, but they know who I am. All these people, Bomb Cherry knows me, Sharon knows me, Peach Diva, I think she might know me. The rest of them are new guys. But they know me from Fight Club from way back in the day.
Yeah, that prophet of Satan thing, that needs to be checked.
That's what it will be. It will be. I'm gonna put it all together. But that's why this is my first time reacting to it. I just wanted some patience with it, just to see what's going on.
That this is a message to all women and all men. You shouldn't align yourselves with savages. And you have to listen to them so you can clearly understand and disassociate people from savages, right? So I'm glad he graced your panel, Cuzzo, because it's time for the savages who are walking around.
Well, hold up. So he knows me. He knows I keep a certain decorum. You know, he knows I'm cool, calm, collective, and a comedian, right? He's allowing this. You see how he's agreeing, nodding his head, agreeing?
Yeah.
Listen, and I'm also sitting back and trying to see how I'm gonna react to his disrespect. I still show him love on his show, right? I be in the chat trolling a little bit, but I also hit the like button, share button, whatever it may be, so he gets some, people out there, whatever, or help him out with his show. But still, I'm the type that'll sit there as a savage, able to see him disrespect me by letting this dude talk to me this way when he knows who I am, or not know who I am, but knows how I get down. And he's still allowing this, and he allows the chicks to do the same thing to like good men up there trying to explain themselves about stuff. He's all for the ladies, no men, no matter what. It's ridiculous.
In our community amongst civilized people, and they're terrorizing our community and they're bringing our community down. It's time for them to reveal themselves, take their mask off, and let's really see who they are and what they're about, right? Because we got to understand this. When I talked about the Rim Brothers, the red pill, incel, manosphere men, the no good suckers, when I talked about the lovers of men and how this ideology is promoting men to go into the LGBTQ community, right? I also said that you're also going to have certain individuals.
So as you see, and this, like, I was on the show, so I know what happened. You see how the guy Marvelous opinion comes up, right? So what he said later on, I came up with the conclusion that he came up to kind of defend what I was really trying to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he knew that guy was coming up and talking a lot of shit, and he came up kind of I think to defend, but be on the show at the same time, because what he said defended everything I said.
Break off from the Rim Brother ideology and become savages. And just a few months later, a savage actually hits the panel. So I appreciate you, my brother, and continue to enlighten us on your ideology, continue to enlighten us on your intent, because we got to make it plain for the people, for the audience, for the listeners, for the young men and the young women who may be putting themselves in danger by being in your presence. So peace and love to everybody on the panel, and even the savage, peace and love to you, my brother. But what's surprising is when you have a brother like Mr. Seven.
You see how he's trying so hard to like egg somebody on to get them to react? He won't stop.
When you have a brother like Smitty aligning himself and choosing to align himself with the savages, but then he will try to promote himself as a stand-up man. He would try to say, hey, no, I'm not a Rim Brother. I'm not a no good sucker. I'm not a lover of men. And I'm not a savage. But then he creates this confusion.
You see the messages, right? Do you see the messages? It says
no, I don't see him that well because can you banner.
Take the banner off.
Well, you know what? Actually, I can see through it if I look hard. Yeah, you got good patience for us.
There we go. Yeah, but even if the message before then was like, "Cause Savage say something, Savage goes," you know what I mean? Like everybody's egging me to say something. I'm just sitting there waiting and waiting.
By aligning himself with the Savage talking points. You see, that's the problem, Marvelous. This is why we need more stand-up men to not be afraid to confront this dangerous ideology and this dangerous rhetoric that these men are promoting on the airwaves.
Notice he said ideology, not ideology.
Okay, like he is standing. How is he standing up? By pontificating?
Listen, the thing I've understood that there's men out there who cape so hard for women, and they feel that that's the way to go. Like, to be honest with you, I cape, and you hear me, not really caping, but I'm sticking up for them as well. I'm just saying that they need to cut their shit, and we need to come together. We need to cut our own shit too. Like, he's not even understanding that. He's not even listening. He's so triggered, like the female, that he's willing to say this about a man that he doesn't even know when he's about. Well, I don't know if he's about the growth of men because he you know, the way he's talking. I don't know. What do you think about this?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. You know me, I love words. I'm into, you know, the language and this dude sounds like he literally sounds like he's in high school. There's no sophistication to what he's saying.
Right.
I guess this is like a freestyle or something.
I don't know, but what I've observed, I don't know that. I'm a good observer. I'm a security. I've done security for about over 20 years, and my job is to look and eliminate problems before they happen. Even though sometimes they happen before you get to them. But I read people every day, and I watch people every day to read their body language and how they will react to things. So, what I'm seeing from him and everybody else is that he is catering and pandering to females because he won't even cam up. First of all, like the one he's talking about me, and I'm cammed up. He's not showing his real face, and he has all this to say about me. When I'm showing him that I'm just cool, calm, he doesn't even change his language. Sharon don't change, don't defend nothing. Nobody else sticks up for nobody, but they will interrupt to like the most ratchet bullshit. They'll let this dude pander to the women and talk shit about me, but they won't say anything to him to stop him from saying shit. It's crazy for me. I don't know what's going on, Stanley.
Well, I'll be honest. I have a problem with the women up there. I mean, are they impressed by this?
They are. They are. If I don't know if you've seen the comments. Have you seen the comments when they first came up? They all, oh, Brownsville,
but
Brownsville's here.
I did. Yeah, I did see the one about him being a stand-up, or he's one of the good ones or something like that.
They all were talking.
This dude is all talk.
He's all he does is never mind. It's annoying. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's not knowing to the point where I hate the dude. I understand the pimp game. You catered. He's not really a pimp. He used pimp ideology, but he confuses them like he's a good dude. A good dude, just because I don't sit up there and say, "Hey, queen, hey, woman, blah blah blah," and I'm pointing out what really happens in the world. They seem that's the bad guy, the one who doesn't cater to them and say this and speaks upon them first. That's the bad guy. But the one who manipulates them, which I observed, is the one that gets all the love from them until the guy decides to hurt their feelings and move on. And then they'll equate his bullshit with a dude that was really honest with her. I don't know.
And young women are being put in serious harm's way when we don't properly communicate and properly identify the savages from the civilized. Peace and love, man. Peace and love.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna let Savage be the first one to answer if he likes.
I don't say nothing special, bro. It's just I was mind boggled that they let him speak so long. I was like, to be honest with you, I lost what I really wanted to say because it took so long with all that pandering to the bullshit.
Yep.
Like I lost what I really wanted to say, so it's all freestyle from here.
You're on mute. Go ahead.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate your words, as eloquent as they were. So what I did say is we are natural born savages, which men are, but we are tamed in this world of women that we love and want to be with. So yes, you can call me savage. You can say whatever you want. And it takes a real savage to sit there and listen to you, right? The savage is untamed. They're untamed. We are not controlled. But you saw that I sat there and waited for your shit. Right? When you were done with your shit, I waited and I'm responding. I'm not raising my voice or anything like savages do. I'm not jumping through the screen, strangling you like savages would do. All I'm saying is that as men, that was kind of like a punch in the balls. Just wanted to get that up.
Yeah.
He deserved it, you know what I mean? But I'm still trying to be civil about it. We could be savages. And you know who tames us, like I said, are women. So that this shows you that a savage is tamed by our females, and we are saying what we're saying because we need that. Because in a world of just men of savages, we are going to delete everything. So yes, we're here to talk about our women that we want to have in line so we cannot destroy the world. But I digress. You go ahead, Brownsville. I appreciate you calling me everything I am, though.
Right, but just because you're a savage, and like you said, you're showing a smidget of self-control right now on the panel, which I do appreciate it. But
a smidgen?
A smidgen. And that's why I'm also saying smidgen, right? I'm glad you said that. Because I was gonna stop it anyway at that part. A smidgen.
Dude, I'd be reaching through that screen and grabbing him by the scruff of his neck, you little whippersnapper. Shut the fuck up.
And everybody on this panel has shown aggressiveness. And I'm the only one, like I said, he'll say at the end, Savage has shown the most stoic actions. He's been the calmest, answering with calm voice through the whole thing. The whole 2-3 hours of the show. I show him that a savage is a little different than what he thinks it is. But he had everything to say about me before he knew who I was. So I showed him exactly by my actions who I really am and what, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know that savage part. That's why Jim is there. But, they don't know that.
But you know what this actually reminds me of? And this is going to be kind of an odd thing to say.
What's that?
But you know that trope of like white people and the angry black woman. They'll go and they'll prod and they'll do exactly what this guy was doing, all that passive aggressive shit. And then when you finally have enough of it and call it out, they're going to go, oh, well, you're a savage. After about 30 minutes of this or an hour of it, finally you get tired of it and you just say what's on your mind. And you say it without a smile. Because you definitely did better than I would have. That's why I don't go. I've never been up on Sharon's panel for shit exactly like this.
Well, I learned I wouldn't say I learned the hard way, but I was thrown into the YouTube fire early because I came when it was like COVID, right? And that's when everybody flooded the internet because there was nothing else to do. And so I started watching these channels and I'm like, I can do this too. Like, I'm entertaining. I might as well do it because I wanted to do it a long time ago before YouTube even popped off the way it popped off with people doing shows like that. I was thinking about it, right? So when I got on, I made it a network for multiple shows, just like another group of people did, but it wasn't a big group. They were doing self things. But I wanted everybody to join it. And I have timestamps and everything of proof. But when I started, and I was one that were putting different groups on the panel. I had sports, I had conspiracy theories, I had a white woman up there talking about accountability. I had everything. You know what I mean? So, damn, what was the point I was getting at? What was I saying? So yeah, so with the YouTube sheets, people were coming up saying all types. Stanley, put me back on track. I'm trying to get back up there. My bad.
Well, no, you basically saying, you're saying you've been doing this a long time and you've seen this before.
Right. All right. So they've been doing this where people interrupt. Women, like the women up, some of the women up there, you can see the difference actually. Some of the women up there will sit back and observe and then have their what they want to say, but there'll be a lot who try to manipulate the whole situation on these panels, and there'll be guys who allow that shit to happen. And when I was doing it, I had like a lady show also, and I let them be free with what but it wasn't about attacking or arguing. They were really having genuine talks. But now it's always like an argument and kind of belittle somebody, put them down or whatever. And I wanted to show him that he's new. You know what I mean? And I've been
he's the for all the talk about being a savage, he's the aggressor. And I guess what he's trying, I guess what he's trying to do, and you're right, he's trying to get a rise out of you.
And that's what they do. And what he doesn't, and that's what the point was. What he doesn't understand is, I'm from a while ago when YouTube first started on the COVID, and they had a show where it was Fight Club. That was the first time people were on there really arguing and going back and forth, debating and see how strong you are to even stay in the Fight Club. And I was I held it down. I used to we was up there destroying people at times. You know what I mean? But you had to have some kind of gut to be there and stay there and say certain things, understand you and mean shit, and stop people from listening. It was really hardcore when I first started. You know what I mean? So I developed and learned that that's what they try to do, is trigger you. And for him to be respected, right, from all these ladies with all the ooh, and him sounding like Omar Jenkins instead of Johnson, he really played himself with me by me just sitting back and not saying nothing, because he is going by old school YouTube Fight Club tactics. And he had all the ladies in there doing the same shit in the comments. Well, I sat there and I saw every comment. Ignored that. Not ignored, but I just listened and had my response. And then the whole show, he stayed up there. No, I don't know why, because he barely said anything. He didn't say nothing. He stayed up there the whole fucking show. And I was patient with what I wanted to say. And I didn't say it the way I wanted to say it. I looked up savage, and it said two different meanings, which had the second meaning was more of what I was going for than the natural meaning of it, as of someone who is uncontrolled, untamed. You know what I mean? But if I was led to the wolves the way I'm supposed to be, I can't be uncontrolled and untamed. But I'm Jim Savage. I can be that if you push me. That's what the whole point.
Right.
And that's every man.
Well, the other thing, and this is just really down the rabbit hole, but there is a whole history of the term, not so much the dictionary definition, but it has a racist history. And that's the other thing. I don't even know that he actually appreciates. Basically, you know what? I could almost say, dude, you sound white. White. That's what white people do. Calling black people savages and stuff like that. And I mean, it literally goes back centuries, where the white people have the civilization, and everybody who's non-white are savages.
Right.
The white man's burden sort of stuff. So this young man, he's throwing around words that I don't think he actually understands. People could really be pissed off at him.
They can be, but most people don't have common sense. As you can see, it was normal for us to read through the bullshit, right? Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see also, that there's people who sit there pulling it down their heads and praise someone like that. Just because what he doesn't understand is this. If he really looks at it, he looks like the cornball, because you have to cater to someone to get them on the side first for you to say what you need to say, so for them to accept it. Because if they really was down for logic and talking, they wouldn't accept your bullshit, because you're not pandering to them first. They would look at the faults in what you're saying against someone you know. Because there were a lot of people in the crowd or the panel was saying, well, dude, you don't even know this guy. You haven't even met him yet. For you to say all these things about him, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I sat back. I'm like, you can destroy yourself.
But let me ask you a question. He was supposed to be addressing you directly.
He came up to address me directly because
damn
before he was on the panel.
Man, that is about as passive aggressive and indirect as I've ever seen anybody do it. Dude, if you came up to address an individual, address the individual. Why do you have to greet every damn body else before you get around? Yeah, it's kind of pathetic, to be honest.
Because I don't know if anybody else thinks this way, but this is what I would think. And if I was in the crowd, right? If he comes up to address everybody else with all these sensitive bullshit, whatever, which I know that was unnecessary because I'm logically thinking, after he's done, I would have known that he was specifically on there for me, right? So everything he said to everybody else wouldn't even matter. So after he speaks, I would know that you go up there for some bullshit because I could read through what you really meant because you addressed me and not anybody else. So now you're saying I'm a savage, not knowing who I am, right? Not even trying to ask me questions to see if I'm really a savage or anything, or which I am. But I'm just saying, not even asking questions to get a better understanding of the person that I am and why I'm using the word savage. He didn't ask none of that. He just came up there and he gave him praise. He had his own little intro video of a cartoon as a grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. And then he comes up and just spews something that he knows nothing about, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if he really thought about it, if you put this little man back against the wall, because I see his picture and everybody's almost taller than him, even his youngest. So if you see this and he says this, and everybody had a lot of, I would read through the lines and say, hey, why don't you get to know that guy before you say all these things about him? And to be honest, what he said isn't too far off. You know what I mean? So let's come to an understanding of what people are really saying. Because a lot of people don't understand the words of another man because they can't understand the way they're saying it and what they really mean. Because sometimes people can't articulate the words the way they need to be articulated to other people for them to understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? A lot of people need to be taught differently. So obviously he took the feminine route by not doing the understanding like men should do and logically speak and think. He took the feminine route by pushing the information away first because you're emotional.
Well, normally I don't really get into, this is feminine, this is masculine, but I'm going to be honest. This was convincing. I mean, he took the woman's route. Like, how if you're in a relationship, sometimes a wife doesn't want to come at you directly. She's gonna use the kids. She's just gonna be about as passive aggressive. This dude goes through every other person, all the women individually, and I'm glad you. See, I might have just said, "Hey, you know what, Sharon? I'll see you tomorrow when this dude is finally finished with his bullshit. I got things to do."
I had things to do, which I did, but it wasn't that important for me not to have. It's not about a win, to be honest, because my goal is to get you out of the same one-minded mindset, thinking that everybody can be bundled up in like a big ball, right? To see that your mind, like to other people's minds, is not like they're not using the capability as a alien, because that's what we are, using the capability of thought. You could do it for some ratchet shit. You could go deep into detail with some ratchet shit. When it comes to like real thought for you, growth and understanding,
right?
Not willing to even lower your pride just a little bit just to get that understanding. And you'll see it through the whole time I put this video, and I'm not going to show the whole thing. I stayed cool, and then they kept continue talking, right? And then and they told me to stay out the comments. But I had to put in the comments while I'm out there and say it's a bunch of savages. All of them, every single one of them, except for me in Brownsville, right? Because he didn't say anything. But it's me and him were the only ones, and I think, well, Kill got in there and said something, but we were the only ones that stayed silent and not interrupt nobody and not act a fool. Everybody else did. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to call me out and call me the savage and not call them out, not stop the whole thing and say, hey, let me stop this again. Hey, queen this, and my dreams this, and I got flowers for y'all because I'm going to kiss you. But all that, you know what I'm saying? He didn't stop that. He watched all the ratchetry happen, all the fucking savagery happen, the uncontrolled rages, but still stuck with that guy right there is a savage because of his name. I proved every point how they see melanated skinned people in one show by just one action. And that's not even in their mindset, Stanley. This is life to me is chess. It ain't just this bullshit that they be doing. It's chess. In order for someone to see what they're doing, you need to set it all up yourself and watch it boil itself out. And then the perfect thing is it's on the internet and you can keep going back to it. And it's right there. And it takes a reaction.
You're a lot more sophisticated than I am. Honestly, I would have written him off and I'd have treated him like shit the rest of the show. I would have literally just focused in on him and picked on him the whole show.
I'd rather let him treat himself
because I'm petty.
Listen, I am petty also, but I can only be the same type of petty for so long. I want to evolve in my pettiness, and so the ultimate to me. The ultimate pettiness is this. I'm so in tuned with what's going on intellectual that I can make you make yourself look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And just sit back. And it only takes a couple levels. It's me, I think, like we eat every day, right? We have the popcorn, we have the appetizer, the drinks first. Why can't we treat like the same way as what we do every day? So I'm going to sit up there and get my menu, see what they need to order, right? Pick it out, order it, see how it comes out, and critique this shit. I want water, appetizer, I want entrees, I want it all. But I'm going to keep it at different times and different levels at the way it's supposed to be. And that's how I treat everything, like a chess fucking game. You'll see yourself in the long run at the end of the game.
Well, I mean, your way's the better way. I don't think it could have been handled any better, to be honest.
No.
Especially when Sharon's, he's basically on board with this sort of behavior.
He's on board because there's no other way to get, and I'm, like I said, much love to him as a content creator, but I'm always going to be real about my shit. He's only on board like the way he is because women are the most consumers of this type of rhetoric in this space, keeping and making sure they are heard with their nonsense whenever they want to do it. And I'm not like, here's the thing, we need to listen. We do need to listen to every bit of what they say, even if it's the ratchetry, because I believe that in order to know your enemy is to best watch them do what they do and pull out their innermost fuckery, because they are good at I'm not saying all women, I'm saying women and men. They are good at hiding behind the mask of the mask of the mask. If there's doctors saying that people can be bipolar, imagine what everybody else is capable of doing. You have multiple personalities and you're not, nobody knows. And it's common within everybody because we all do have different personalities. Trust me. which I also said on the show, you could go to a job and you act different. You come to your boys, you act different. Those are different personalities. So you acting different. You acting, you lying. Not really lying, but you are doing what it takes to get what you need. And that's why I said sex work is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's sex work. You're using sexual activity to get ahead at different levels. You may be selling it at one time, you know what I mean? Or you may be leveraging it and not giving it out, but leveraging it because you know that's what men want. So that obviously you know that men want the box. So stop acting like I'm lying. You know what I mean? Let's do some truth here. Even though it hurts your feelings, who gives a fuck? Let's get to the truth and we can move the fuck on. That's why people are still stuck on that hamster wheel, because they're not willing to accept the truth and tell the truth. I don't know, Stanley, what you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little bit, most women are sex workers. I mean, I can see why women would be upset with that comment.
True, but do you understand where I'm coming from? The way I already know.
No, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, to be honest, you could say that it's almost programmed into them, depending on how you want to define the work. Why do you think, what was it, the 4B movement? Why do you think, women will withhold sex to get what they want? They know they have a commodity, or it could be commodified.
And if they didn't know that, they wouldn't do that. So obviously they know what they're doing. And we're sitting there acting like they don't. And we're sitting there caping for it. And they trust me, we know they're gonna lie because they want to keep their power. Everybody wants to keep a power. Everybody's gonna, like, humanity is about survival. And the natural instinct of, even if it's to the smallest degree of a simple white, black, brown, yellow, red lie, they will do it to survive. Just like people say to the kids, hey, this kid's here, so I gotta say it real low. I take care of kids. So they say about, Santa Claus, and they say about the tooth fairy, the lies, those are lies. Why? To keep them happy. And sometimes they're necessary. You don't want to destroy the mind of a child too early, right? So sometimes we do that.
Right.
The same thing as them wearing makeup, wigs, nails, seeing us dyeing our beards. We don't do too much to fake it fun, because there's not much we can do to fake the fun. You know what I'm saying? We're not wearing makeup. We're not doing Botox. You know what I mean? And that's how we can tell who the natural liars are and who's not. It is just honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they knew that the wigs and the eyelashes is a part of a lie, would they still do it if they didn't want to lie?
Well, I think a lot of that stuff gets rationalized. And look, it is what it is. I mean, even if you go out in nature, like peacocks, it just hops into mind where, it's on the male, to be as, colorful, or, fan out the plumage and all that. I mean, it's even in nature, where animals will kind of puff themselves up. The males will compete for the female's attention, and it works the other way around too. So, it's but it just depends on how far you want to take that analogy. I would never say that all women are sex workers. There are ways you essentialize. There are ways you can essentialize stuff like that, but it doesn't often work out to your advantage when you do it.
It doesn't, because we're talking to simple-mindeds. That's the thing. Like, that's why I don't speak to too many people. And that's why I'm on the YouTube and don't speak to too many people in person, because you have to get their natural. Like, you could direct on social how you're gonna speak, and you could get your words out. You know what I'm saying? But in front of someone, you have to worry about how they really feel about the real honest truth. You know what I'm saying? So we can say that the peacock spread its wings or spread its feathers to be the most prettiest as the male. But guess what? That male was born with that shit. They didn't put extra coloring on his feathers. He was born with it. So work with what you're born with. You know what I'm saying? And once you see from there, if you're beautiful or not, let's see from there how you react or go from there. You can't sit up there and direct yourself against people the way you do, and you are already you sitting there falsely looking anyway in the middle of saying that everybody's fake. Let's be real here. You dig? So like that's how I know how to enter a conversation. That's how I know how to enter a conversation. Like you get if you want the real intelligent me, come intelligent and correct. But if you want to set off with the ratchet, guess what? This is a chess game. I can be ratchet too. And guess what? I'm gonna be the most intelligent ratchet motherfucker you ever seen. And then you're gonna hate me because like, damn, he used everything I am against me just so I could to show how much he really cared to prove a point to get me in a better light. And that's the whole point. Sometimes you need to be spanked. If you act like this, you need to be spanked. I'm telling you. Like my original name is a biblical name, right? And I'm just being honest about that. My original name is a biblical name, and it means so much of what I'm doing right now in my whole life. And I've always done it subconsciously, not known until I knew what the definition of what my real name was. And I continue doing it, but I do it in the most unsugar-coated. I don't know how to savage way. That's the only way I can put it. That's the most savage way because to me, savage means so many different things. Because sometimes people have to protect what they really care about. And most of the time, if you're back against the wall, you protect yourself 100%. You turn into a savage to protect yourself, right? So if you really believe and believe and want something, you'll be a savage to protect that and get your word out there for it to be what it is. Especially if it's something positive. That's all I'm coming from. Who we got here? We got Nightish in the Nightish in the building. I don't have my intro for people to be here to show up, but I will have one. So Nightish, give me 1 second so I can add you in because I don't have like a third party joint. Hold on, I got you. Edit that. Add him. And there's the Nightish right there. Put you up over here in the circle with us. And Nightish knows exactly because he's been doing we've been back at Fight Club, all that stuff. He knows what I'm talking about. How these dudes be caping for these chicks talking that nonsense. Are you there, Nightish?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Are we all there?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, Nightish?
Hopefully Stanley won't put you to sleep.
No. We rocking right now.
I only put you to sleep because you're drinking all that wine.
And whiskey.
See, that's the thing that's to put you to sleep, the wine and whiskey. The wine actually makes me happy and shit. But it is what it is. But what I was telling Nightish, I was showing him the video of me on Sharon's show, and I'm sure you know about Sharon's show, how it's more about the females over there than anything. And I was showing how. Are you familiar with Brownsville?
Yeah. That's their bread and butter. The women is paying them. So I see Sharon Savage, I see Smitty, I see Marvelous, I see Creator, I see Bomb Cherry, I see James Hill, I see Brownsville, I see PhD. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what it is. So I went up there. They were saying the question was, do you think the majority of women are sex workers? And my mindset was leverage the box for leverage, right? Because he didn't go down specifically saying selling cooch or like you be on the OnlyFans. He didn't say nothing like that. It was just sex work. So I went down the line of cooch being leverage. So I said, yes, 65. Well, somebody else gave the number, but I agreed that 65 was the majority.
I think 65 is fair.
And a lot of people say yeah, a lot of people say no. But only me saying that. It with my name brand.
I think that feminism and sexual liberation open the door for them to be able to do that. So I can pull up a lot of clips where women are fighting for a sexual freedom. So yes, I do think that that's not unreasonable to think that 65% of women will leverage the box if the whatever. And the thing about it is they're comfortable with it and they're casual about it. I was talking to the woman a couple of days ago, and she was talking about how she shouldn't do anything, that it should be all on the man. And I told her, whenever I hear all on that sounds like pimping to me.
I wouldn't doubt it. Definitely wouldn't doubt that.
If I said it's all on the woman, that's pimping. If she says all on the man, that's pimping. And they start talking about soft girl era and being protected and being heard and all this. No, it's pimping. You get 100% of me when you give me 100% of you.
So do you think that that's sex work? Do you think that
it is?
All right.
They lead. To be honest with you, they lead with the box.
Right. And that's the conversation that came up. And I said what I said, and and I also said that most men. I said men in general are savages. Without.
Let me say this though before you go on, Savage. Right. Me and Stanley supposed to be doing the show together. We need to be all three of us over there on Stanley channel. Me, you, and Stanley supposed to be doing the show together. We need you over there in the lair, and we need to set up a couple of shows because, and no disrespect to you, beautiful women, y'all lead with the box.
Yeah,
y'all lead with the box.
But they act like they don't though. That's the thing. That's the thing that we're gonna have to get at because they act like they don't lead with it, and when they know that's the power they lead with, that's why they make their ultimatums.
What else do they have to offer though? Outside of the box, what else do they have to offer?
That's a good question.
Because they don't cook, they don't clean. You know, when I was younger, I used to sit up in the kitchen with my aunts and my grandmother, and they used to be canning and doing preserves and breaking down meats and put them in the deep freezers. I don't see women working like that no more. They literally lead with the box right now. My aunties back in the day,
you mean those trad wives?
Yeah, I guess you call it.
Those trad wives don't do it.
I don't know what I don't think trad wives exist. I think when they do the trad thing, they fronting because once you get deep in a relationship, they don't want to do none of that stuff no more. Why don't we have a maid? Why don't we have babysitters? I want to go on vacations. This house is looking old. We need to redo the kitchen. We need to. They get out of the. So that whole trad thing is all. Again, they lead with the box.
That's a fact. You can't say that. You won't be able to say that over there on Sharon's show.
I can. Sharon had been pissed off with me more. And listen, let me say this to you, Savage, because you might not know. PhD Diva used to be my work wife.
Oh, word.
When we was in the Black House, PhD Diva was my work wife, and I used to wild out. She used to kick me off the chip panel and time me out and do all this other stuff because I know. Listen, there's not a horse that can't be rode, and there's not a cowboy that can't be thrown. And I used to ride that horse.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think she timed me out today because I see the most outlandish shit up there too, and it's funny. And they all accept it as cool. I mean, even PhD might say some shit. But as soon as I said Brownsville, I think Brownsville got a crush on PhD Diva, I was timed out for like 20 minutes. Been timed out, bro. It was timed out for 20 minutes, and I know it wasn't Sharon. That was insane, bro. That's how I know.
Brownsville. Browns, they don't really mess with me like that, but they they'll say my name, but they don't really mess with me like that. I said that Brownsville looked like Missy from I Can't Stand the Rain video. I said he looked like Mary J. Blige from I'm Not Gonna Cry video. And ever since then, he got not in his feelings.
He's definitely in his feelings, bro. He's definitely in his feelings. Did you get a chance to watch the show
today?
I was on with the other day when I was on with Sharon.
I've been trying to catch up with a lot of Netflix stuff. When I get off of here, I'm finna go check out that 50 Cent P. Diddy thing, because that's the new thing, that's like a big deal right now. I've been catching up with a lot of different Netflix stuff. I watched the Eddie Murphy documentary. I've been watching a bunch of that stuff.
Okay. Well,
but I'll check it out though. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. It was just how Brownsville came up, and he used my last name to tell me who I was. You know what I mean? And try to eat cake to the chicks. At first, he was pretty much queen. You know, first thing when he comes up, I know you probably
when he first comes up, he says he had to what he say? Let me wipe my feet off at the door and say hello to all of the queens. Yeah, I know all that.
Yeah, he got it written down. He says it every fucking time. He did that bullshit, and then he directed everything towards me when he first came up. So he obviously came up for me, and he was like, hey, "He's a savage. He's bad for the community. This and that, whatever." And I stayed cool. Like, and my whole point wasn't me. It was a whole point of showing this difference between the meaning of what I was saying, what savage is.
Well, once he said that, so let's keep it right there with where he tried to take you. How do you think that the community should be led?
Explain more. What do you mean?
Because if he said that you're bad for the community, I guess he's trying to attack your leadership model. So how do you think that the community should be led? Because right now I look at the so-called community as splintered, and that it's more of a matriarchy than it is a patriarchy, and it's been that way for the last 50 years, maybe.
That's why we're failing. There's more women controlling the way men supposed to act. The point of, like, to be honest with you, we didn't have to deal with so much catering to the American way of living, like spending for no fucking reason. We wouldn't be going to war like that, because we know, like, we would share ideas and not so many resources of bullshit. But that's what we have to do. And most of the time, we make the world comfortable for females. Because to be honest with you, what men need to live? What do we need to live for a living? Not much.
So that's what I'm asking you. If you had the position to lead the community, how would you lead it? What would it look like? What would family look like if you were the leader?
Family will look like this. If you're on board with the family structure, we are able to live together in this area. If you're not, we need you to go to this island and teach yourselves, or if not, stay there and deal with what the fuck you want to deal with. We need to separate ourselves. We need a leader to know the difference between you are fucking up our community and sticking to that and pushing that aside. I'm not mean like separated where it's where we can't try to learn, but we need to separate ourselves from what's keeping us stagnated from growing the way we need to grow. That's a leader, because I don't want your bullshit affecting the majority of our choices of living in a positive way with your bullshit rhetoric of manipulating these men to try to infiltrate us living the way we should be. If we weren't seen as savages, we wouldn't be treated like savages, and we would be able to live amongst, I'm not saying we as Black, I'm just saying we as people in general, we will be able to live with each other the way we should if we all, or most of us, was on the same accord of what we really want in life, and separate those. Because other people are going to seem different. People are going to have different ways of wanting to live, but they should not be in to if they're manipulating or are destroying the way of that type of living, then they need not to like kill them off. They need to go and live the way they want to live over there.
So I think what I watch when I watch Sharon is they try to have a conversation where they make it black and white, and a lot of the times it's man bad in the Wildest Wake Up Show in the solution based group. Man bad, men haven't stood up to the plate and did what they need to do, and they try to keep it black, which is interesting because Sharon is married to, I believe, a Russian woman.
Yes.
So I hear what he's saying, but his bread and butter is from black women. Now, me, a lot of times, the reason why I really don't go into these places because I have my mindset set where it is. And what they'll do is they'll say this statistic. I said, so let me understand this. The white man is trying to keep us destabilized. And the things that y'all say, if I close my eyes, sound like things that's coming out of a white man's mouth. So when you say things like the black man is the most least desired, when the world is saying that the black man is the second most desired to the white man, that don't make sense to me. When you say that black women is the most least desired, it's not because of y'all looks. Y'all are the most beautiful women on the planet. It's because of your attitude, your behavior. And nobody wants to fight that much for the box. And most women lead with the box. So that's why a lot of men will choose a Latina, a Asian, or something else because it's a little bit less of a fight. So when they try to make it more complicated than what it actually is, I just don't believe them. I don't believe them. And when it comes to, segregation was forced upon us, but that's when we were at our optimum. We were more married, had more morality, more educated, and everything else. So you can choose to be separate, which we already do. You can see that in elementary school and high school. The black kids stay over here, the God kids stay over there, the Latinos stay over there. You might intermingle, but you think of whatever your group is first.
Right.
So when it comes to leadership and thinking about community, I believe, yes, that woman can be strong and intellectual and whatever else, but there's a natural way things go. And if you don't want to let this man be a leader, then that dynamic might not work. But we can't be gray about things. And a lot of people don't want to stand on anything. It's really black and white. If you're not going to go along, you got to get along. You can't hang around. You got to go. So if you're a young YN and you're doing too much, you got to get your ass on. If you're a woman that just want to fight and argue all the time, you got to get your ass. You're not going to stay around here.
And that's what I'm saying. And the stand on 10 is if we're fighting for then it seems like that's what everybody's doing, but they're confusing everything. If we're fighting to be positive and to do what we want to do, right, and to be happy doing it, if you're happy being a whore, then follow the whores over there. Don't be like Brownsville said, a wolf in sheep clothing, and act like you a wife and you a whore and you want to do that shit. And you know what I mean? You're willing to sacrifice everything for that. So you should be over there with them. And
I believe that Sharon and Brownsville are actually celebrating the whores. Because if you got a bunch of women on the panel that are single and doing what they want to do and they believe in sexual liberation and everything else, you're actually celebrating the whores.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Celebrate.
Go ahead, Stanley.
No, what did you say we're celebrating?
Whoever.
They're celebrating the whores. They're celebrating their sexual liberation. They're celebrating lightweight celebrating homosexuality.
Oh, wow.
Because a lot of these women is being with women.
Right.
So when the manosphere is saying leave these whores alone, the women are saying leave these niggas alone. So what you left with?
Right.
You left with other women.
They're quick, so quick, right? And they don't even see the oxymoronic ways they even acting like. They so quick to be like sassy man, sassy this when they act like a female, right? But They're not saying anything about the females that pick the females, and when the females act like a dude in a relationship, and the girls like with the female, it's an oxymoronic moment right there, and it's like you're so quick to belittle a man because you've been hurt. That's the only reason why they're doing it, because you've been hurt, right? And we get hurt by one or two men. It's every man that's against you because you made the decision to fuck up your life. But it's the man's problem. There are fucked up dudes out there, right? But you keep choosing them. So like, how are you blaming dudes that are trying? Like, you can see the difference between like a Marvelous, right, who got his shit together and complain about certain things that women do. If you want to sit there and call the dude so out of his name because he's pointing out a situation that most men go through with a female, and you want to call them sassy, complaining, and all that. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they do because they don't want to hear about themselves. And this is what most dudes, like on the early morning ghetto show, that Sharon's letting happen. He's letting this happen. But he wants better. He wants men to do better, but he's letting the women lead him.
Hey, shout out to Marvelous Opinion, but I think Marvelous Opinion got away from me because I said, Marvelous, you basically John Henry. He said, what is that? I said, you don't know that story of John Henry? He went up against the steam engine and he died at the end of it. What do you what you're saying is that you want to have a thankless job. And I think you should love yourself a little bit more than John Henry did. I'm not finna do what John Henry did. Because all them people that celebrated him and pushed him, and then when he died, it was like, oh well. And a lot of us do them kind of thankless jobs, and that's what a lot of men are walking away from. So it's not just women walking away from traditional stuff. A lot of men are walking away from traditional stuff. They don't want to be they don't want to be mentors no more when nobody says thank you. They don't want to be coaches no more when they got to argue with mothers and whatever else. They don't want to be stepdaddies no more when some kid's gonna walk in front of you and say, "You're not my daddy." All them things that we used to do, a lot of men are walking away from. So if you get a man that's willing to do those things, you better celebrate him.
But they're not doing it. And that's the thing. And that's why you got more men not doing it. Because a man does put in the work, bro. But when they are belittled by all around, my girls, my children, my everybody, society, everybody, and I'm trying my hardest to be a good guy, this is why we are backing down from everything. We're like, fuck you then. Let's be selfish. Because that's the only choice we got left.
They're angry about the fact that you don't want to trick no more. They're literally angry that you don't want to be a sucker no more. You won't acquiesce and bow down to their whims and needs. So now we got to have an 8-hour conversation about how men aren't men anymore.
Well, only with them involved. Only with them involved, because I've seen more conversation with just men advance so fast and get an understanding of how we live differently. But when you add, it could be half of a female, bro. It interrupts a whole panel of the conversation. And there's so many men who care so much about what the woman thinks that it's allowed to linger in their heads and change the whole concept of what we were there for. And that's what I see on these panels. And that's why I go to Sharon's and just have a fucking ball of just fun and trolling and just whatever it may be. Because why am I going to put my intellect in some shit that doesn't get respected, right? And why am I going to watch a man, which I give some respect to, why am I going to watch a man let these women lead him into the belittle and the bullshit of men? When we should be together, when we know there's most of a matriarchy been
it's money behind it.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of women say we love Sharon, and they pay him for shitting on men. So you go up there.
Having those.
You go up there.
Hold on, wait. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Stanley.
Yeah, let's see.
No, I was about to say though. I mean, having the women there does attract, the men,
and that's why we go to the clubs.
Yeah.
And what we do at the clubs, we drink, we don't take our natural minds there. We get fucked up. We make crazy choices because what we looking for. So we on the panels looking for a box the whole goddamn time, right? If we were about growth, we would know the difference between having a show about some intellectual shit for men to grow, and then we will let the ratchet have a ratchet show. Let's be real. Let's call it ratchet.
They don't want to hear that. If I start talking about the Pythagorean theorem, if I start talking about building houses from the ground up, if I start talking about the water floor, if I start talking about a container building, if I start talking about gardening, if I start talking about homesteading, I have 10 people watching me. But if I say, I'm going to show this bitch head, then it's a spike. Then there's 30, 40 people come in.
Listen, if you talk about growing a garden with a picture of a bitch fighting, they're going to pay attention.
Hey,
you got to adapt to the kids, though.
Savage, have you ever seen a woman come up on my panel?
Oh, not like that. No.
I have a song when the men come up is player is always a treat when players meet church. That's for the dudes. For the women, I have Grand Rising Queen, shine like you mean. And the image is a succubus. She got horns, she got bat wings.
Listen, all you gotta do is put Jada Pinkett up there, bro. You so sick.
Jada Pinkett could never be better than that woman, that dark-skinned woman with them horns and them bat wings and them hips.
I gotta see.
And Sexy Red told me, Nightish, don't play that when I come up. You don't like that Grand Rising Queen.
I believe it. I don't even know why.
I think Sexy Red went out there and found her a man. We ain't seen her in a minute.
Let me take this off because
I was about to say I haven't seen her do a show in quite some time.
It's been about a month.
So I got a question for you, and this is a good one. And this is the thing. I am used to doing all men's. I used to call it the Crown Talk. All men up there discussing men shit, right? And I want to do that again. It's called a gang of niggas, right? But it's niggas, like Negus. And I looked up the definition, and it's like means like the kings.
Yeah, king, yeah.
Kings and
Nagus, Negus, Niger, that's all kings.
Right. And it's some original shit. So I'm trying to do that. And I want to have a discussion with just men. I know not one feminine anything in there. You know what I'm saying? And really have some real topics. So what I'm gonna start off like with Renown, just to have an example. What do you think about women calling themselves queens?
I think that's some conscious community stuff. That's some Mayat God. The black woman is God. King and queen is a minority of people. So when we say what's up, king, to every man, it kind of diminishes the power of it. If everybody's king, then a king doesn't mean anything. If everybody's a queen doesn't mean anything. But women calling themselves queen, I'm okay with it. I don't wake up in the morning and call myself king. I'm an average man. I don't even call myself an exceptional man, but I might have more than what the average man has. But still, until I get to a place of comfort, I'm an average guy.
So basically it's this. You're comfortable knowing what you are. Or I'm not saying you are that. I'm saying you feel that way about yourself.
Yeah,
I will call you a king anyway because the way you're moving is how kings move. We just, we're taking small steps. But what I'm saying is this: we see what we are, and we call ourselves as sort. But there's other people that are willing to, I'm a queen, and they act like a peasant. But
that's delusional.
But right, that's the whole point. But there's other people who would sit up there, like other people like us, men, who would sit up there and believe that nonsense, knowing that how can that be a queen if she's acting beneath the rest of the fucking community?
I think some guys prefer people that are beneath because they don't think very much of themselves. So they don't really care if she calls herself a queen or anything else, because as long as she's attainable. Because how did a dreg like me get this queen? Because I know I'm a scumbag. So how does this queen go beneath herself and give me her most valuable things without me buying the cow?
But to be honest with you, y'all be on the same level, because if she's not a queen and you a scumbag, y'all both the same shit. Y'all just trying to be delusional regardless. So it is what it is. Stanley, what say you?
Really have you mean as far as women calling themselves queens?
What is your mindset?
I don't know.
on that?
I think that's I don't know. I think it's kind of silly, to be honest.
Would you call them a queen?
Would I?
Nah, I'm not really. I'm not really into that. I can't think of any queen recently that I would even consider. You know, it's almost an insult.
So a woman that you would you pedestalize her?
I mean, you treat her with respect. Treat her like a human being. You know, you don't have to put somebody up on a pedestal. As a matter of fact, I personally think that, you know, it's almost like spoiling a child. Treat them like a responsible human being.
Yeah, I would say that when it came to my wife, I pedestalized her.
But does that make her a queen?
It makes her understand that she's pedestalized.
Okay.
And she could say that she was a queen or whatever else. And the reason why I pedestalized was because I believe that when you're in a relationship like that, you should pedestalize, but it should be reciprocity. The way I say, listen to your mom, she should be saying, listen to your dad. The way I say that this woman you protect and you do whatever else, she should be saying, you protect that man right there. It should be a back and forth. I believe in 100%. I don't believe in 50-50. I give you all of me for all of you. If you don't want to give me all of you, you're wasting my time.
All right. So there shouldn't be nobody calling themselves a queen at all, because we put first, second.
No. Queen, I hear what you're saying. Queen, I hear what you're saying, but no, you should be pedestalized in a relationship with me, and I should be pedestalized by you, because this is an experience, a life that is all a dream, and we should be making dreamy.
That you said that, and I understand that part, right? So what I'm saying next is that no one should be calling themselves a queen, because the definition of that shit is the female ruler of an independent state, especially one who inherits the position by right or birth.
I understand. I understand that totally. Let me ask you this, Savage.
There should be no female at all calling themselves a queen, because they're not a ruler of anything.
Let me ask you this, Savage. Let me ask you this. When you in a relationship with whatever woman you in a relationship with, should she look up at you in amazement? Should she glorify you?
If I present myself as that guy for her, yes.
No. If you in a relationship, are you not going to do that as a man?
Oh, automatically. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. If we do everything in a healthy manner, then you can kind of understand why she's a queen, because y'all all are, you and that woman is creating your own private kingdom.
True. But I don't want to. The thing about it is that I understand that
the woman that's pedestalizing you, should you pedestalize?
Hold on, Snappish. Let's get to this point first. So there's women out there calling themselves queen without without even following the rules of what a queen should be. Because no queen can be
those are delusional people.
Right, but no queen can be a queen without a king. So here's the thing: you said in a relationship you should pedestalize your female, which that's not consider her a queen. That's putting her with the level of what you want her to be at, because you feel that way for her. I want my woman to be up here because I want to always be like, oh, my woman's like the sunshine. You know what I'm saying? That's why we put aside, because we want to put them on a level of, I will help you down from there. I will protect you here. I will do this for you. That's the pedestal. That's the pedestal right there. You're willing to do what it takes for your woman. That's to pedestalize it, right? But when they go as far as say, I'm the queen, so are you really a king? For her to even call it, for her to even say queen.
That's a question for you.
So
That's
that means
a question for you.
that is, but there's also a question to question your woman for her to call you that. If you don't consider
if she's your woman, she is that.
If she's your woman, she's your woman.
No. If I'm a king,
I don't want to bring up crayon words. I don't want to just color
not
over
crayon words, not crayon words. Because if she don't see you as a king and she sees you as an equal or something beneath her, then you don't really have a true relationship.
I am not a ruler of a community. I am not
Your
a king.
family is a community.
Right. It went
When I go amongst my family, when I go with my cousins and whatever else, they look at me in a certain kind of way. They know if Nightish is around, I'm gonna protect my first cousins. I'm gonna protect my daughter. I'm gonna protect my wife and whatever else. They look at me a certain way. They hold me in a certain esteem.
And I believe that
I know we dealing with words and whatever else, but I think that we put too much emphasis on the words. When they see me around, they understand that if he's with me, I don't have to worry. I can really let my hair down and relax and don't have to worry about a thing because I know he's gonna jump in front of me, take a bullet, put this coat on the ground, walk on the outside of the sidewalk, be looking at the interests of people coming in. He completely got my back. They don't even have to worry about it. They don't have to think about it.
Now you allow me to cross the Mason-Dixon line. And here comes the bishop. Right. This is your community. If you don't have that yet, and what I'm saying, the play on words is the bishop coming over the Mason-Dixon line. You don't have like the play on words. The people play with words without knowing the meaning, and they play with it like it's really their lives, right? So you're not a king. I know you're trying to build that, right? If you have if you have children and people to take care of, and that's what you're doing, you're the king of your castle. That's what it is. Yes, I can see you calling yourself king, and I can see you having a woman that is following that under the king. And you can definitely see her as a queen, put on a pedestal and all that. But what we see in the society today is that a chick will have a baby or not, be ratchet in the motherfucker with no community, living off the community, welfare, government assistance, all that shit. And they'll still be like, snap, snap, and twist the kiss. I am queen.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. That's a delusional person.
Right. So it's not really a point to get at. It's an understanding that what you just said, what I'm trying to get at is the play on words, and I'm about the words. That's why no one can trigger me, because I know the words and the intentions, and I know how to react and act accordingly. And that's what I'm trying to get at as a king talk, a man talk.
That's why when I initiated the conversation, I said in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, and if your king is the government, your king is AFDC, your king is SNAP, that's not a queen. That's something else. Because that's unnatural. Anything unnatural, I wouldn't say fits that position. But all the things that's traditional and natural, I will put in that position. If you see me, I don't want to have a casual date. I don't want to have casual sex. I'm a man who's been married most of my life. I'm a husband. I want another wife. So that mindset in itself is something different from the guys that go out to the clubs, buy somebody a drink, maybe have sex on the first night. I don't know what that is. I can't quantify that. But somebody is trying to build, and I think community is based on families. So you have to have nuclear families dealing with nuclear families. So a man, wife, and children, or a man and a wife, and men and wife. So yeah, I do look at that as something you can pedestalize a man and pedestalize a woman. So I'm not talking about the people that's single parents and out here on whatever it's calling themselves queens. No, a queen is the wife of a king.
And the only thing, I wasn't even trying to go against what you were saying. What I was trying to do is trigger the conversation, because I'm also like, if me and you were talking, the understanding we would have the conversation would have been done, we'd go get our beers. But we're on a panel on social media, so I want people to understand how the conversation comes up and why it's coming up, and what people's what our as men our mindset is. And I was just bringing up situations for you to say.
Well, it's a lot of single women that want to remain single, that are angry and want to be things that fit in parameters that they don't fit into. Queens are husbands of, are women of kings. If you ain't got no king, no, you're not a queen. So I understand that they said at some point welfare queen. That's an oxymoron. That's like jumbo shrimp.
Wait, let's write that down. Is it really an oxymoron?
It is, because there ain't no king around.
Welfare king. Oh, all right, perfect. So now that's what I was gonna go at before you said that. I said, can there be a king without a queen?
No.
So he can't be a queen. He can't be a king without.
Well, it happens. It happened all the time, and there were queens. There were queens, hereditary queens, who didn't have husbands, who took husbands. So, I have no clue. I have no clue what y'all are talking about, to be honest.
So you're saying that a king passed away and his princess daughter became the queen?
Yeah, but
yes.
So that's a line of royalty.
Okay, Queen Elizabeth got married to Prince Philip. She was queen before before she got married.
How did she become a queen?
But that's because of her lineage, right?
Her father, I think, George the whatever, died.
Yes. So lineage, you can track it.
So
okay,
right, so
look. I don't want to overcomplicate it. You can.
I'm not
in Europe. There were kings. Hold on, Knightish.
All right, let's go.
Man, I don't know
you
why.
Can if you're looking at actual. Okay, I don't know. Knightish. We're not on your panel. Calm down.
I know we on Savage panel. And I'm still going to win.
Right. So may I speak? Dude, you spoke forever. I didn't even say anything until I was asked. Fellas, go ahead and get it off your chest. Get it off your chest and I'll respond.
I see you sashaying your way over here. You curtsy first before you speak to me.
You know what? You got a rich imagination. Why would you want to imagine me sashaying? Why would you want to see that? Now, do you want me to pedestalize you up as a queen or what? Are you looking to be pedestalized?
I am whatever I say I am.
And if I wasn't,
right now, you're saying you're imagining me sashaying somewhere. That's creepy.
Yeah, like clouds.
To you, it's creepy. To you.
It was very creepy.
My daddy, my uncles, my brothers, but I ain't never thought I had to fight in my own house.
Listen, fellas, we don't need to fight in our own house. We're not really fighting.
Stanley, I love you. Savage, Stanley, I love you.
I know. I'm not. It's about let's hear it so we can. I love the jokes. Let's hear it.
No, I think. I mean, you can be kings without queens and all that. I just think the whole thing is silly. I think I'm not one to pedestalize. I mean, you treat a woman with respect. You treat her like your wife. Okay, I don't need to pedestalize a wife. You're a wife, and I've said in the past. People will go, oh, well, my wife is my best friend. No, my wife was never my best friend. She was my wife. You know, a friend is a friend. A wife is something more. It's a deeper relationship. Yeah. So I don't need her to be my best friend. I need her to be my wife.
Yeah, my wife was never my best friend. She was my only friend. But let's say this.
Hold on. I want to say this though. Stanley, I do agree with that. And you know what? I see it like that's why I said words are like stop being so literal. If you're gonna be literal, make the words make sense. I have a best friend that will never be my wife, right? But I have a wife that I would treat like she's everything in the whole world because that's what you should do for your wife if you make her your wife. Right. I'm not like I would tell her, no, you're not my best friend. but you are my everything.
I think that Stanley's saying something similar to that, but I believe Stanley is an old freak. He want to smut his wife out. He want to do all the freaky things you can possibly do, so he can't see her as a Stanley. Come on, confess, brother. Come on.
You would be surprised at how conventional we were.
Listen,
I'm saying, have you ever licked her eyeball?
No, that's unsanitary. Why would you want to give your wife pink eye doing shit like that? Then it's a medical bill.
I'm a dirty old man. That's why, because I'm a dirty old man.
Because the only way you get pink eyes is you put your nose and your face in some asshole. So he just said that you licking ass.
You ain't never like said we can get down, baby. We can get down.
Listen, I don't care.
You know what?
Make the sex uncomfortable.
No,
push you into a wall.
See, that's not the whole purpose.
No, here's the thing though, Stanley. I think that if you chose a woman that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, there should be no rules. There should be no rules. Well, there should be
no rules at all.
Hold on, there should be rules. There should be rules. But you should be able to make your wife uncomfortable enough to be comfortable.
If she ain't never looked back at you with evil eyes and said, "You dirty motherfucker,"
right?
No. Never.
Never.
But we were compatible. I'll put it that way. You know, the thing is I remember years ago. It wasn't even with my wife. I had this girlfriend, and I probably should have married her. It just didn't work out. But we went to it was the Walden Books. That's how long ago this was in the Oxon Hills Mall outside of DC. And we were looking, and we came across a coffee table sized full color version of the Kama Sutra. And boy, we had fun with that book. We were trying all the positions.
Look back at you with her mascara running, saying, "You take this shit, nigga."
I was doing. Listen, I saw that. saw that this me and my girls getting.
Yeah, that was that book. I still have that book somewhere around. But it was a coffee table book. It was a big fancy book.
Nice. I love all the Kama Sutra books, man. They got the positions they make up. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm down for it. But yeah,
and you got to do it when you're young. When you start getting old and brittle.
Man,
hey, talk about yourself. Talk about yourself, Stanley.
As you know, the knees be shaking. Because listen, I'm not even. My knees be waiting.
When I was younger, I'm like, no, I'm getting up off my knees. This damn carpet is tearing into
if you go back and forth with your knees for a long period of time, you like, but listen, we're gonna have to lay down or something. Come on now. That's a lot of work. It gets overwhelming.
Now, my wife and I had, especially when we were dating, you know, there were days like, you know what, we need to take a break for a day. You know, we just need to take a day off.
I think I was about 17 when the girl said, "Hey, look, put me up on this washing machine because the washing machine's shaking and do." I'm like, okay, whatever.
Like baby mama on the washing machine, bro. Seriously, that's true story. That is true story. Damn. But I definitely want to link up and do some do a couple shows, man. Like,
no, we got to do a lot of stuff. You did all the bear things. You did that AI stuff.
Yeah.
We got to do a lot of collaborating.
Please, because you see what they're doing. Once they're about to take over, He doing it right now. You already know who I'm talking
Listen,
about.
we got to do a lot of collaborating. And I think we probably should do it in the layer instead of doing it in the paladin because I got more people in the layer. So yeah, we just got to holler at me in the AI and IG. Let's do some collaborating on a bunch of stuff. Cause I'm trying to take the layer to a different place than what it is too.
Well,
and Stanley, you get your old ass up too, brother. Let's get it popping.
Yeah, of course.
I saw Stanley be in the streets. Stanley in the YouTube streets. But don't get it fucked up. I still got my streets. I still got Utopia Avenue. So Utopia Avenue needs to rock off too. We got the layer. We got Utopia Avenue. We got Stanley. So let's rock off.
Yeah, let's get it popping.
We got enough intelligence.
I mean, it's the end of the year. Let's get it popping. Maybe when that rock comes, it'll be the aliens instead of just the world goes off of
what do you think about doing a show about AI? What is it called? What is it that's in the sky? It's
called Atlas.
Atlas. I'm down to fucking do some research on that one right there.
You mean the comet?
Well, here's the thing. They're saying it's more than a comet. And what I'm saying is they had this story long back when JFK was around saying that this is the story they were going to say in this time frame to distract you for something bigger that they were trying to do. So I just want to go down that rabbit hole with everybody. And I know that, Stanley, you say you a scientist or something like that?
Well, I wasn't an astronomer.
Yeah, we can put the science together and we can come up with something.
I think that at this time right now, a lot of people need to get some love in their heart and not really trip. And if it's aliens or whatever it is, still have love in your heart. I think love trumps everything.
It does. It really does. And to be honest with you, and I thought about that before, love is the only reason why you keep yourself alive. If you didn't love yourself, you wouldn't care if you live or die. You'll do most of the outlandish shit and don't give a shit. So love definitely is a major thing. And I think we should like dissect that shit right there. First of all, what the fuck is love? And what is the true meaning? How we should respect it and what solution a solution to how we should put that forth before anything. Because to be honest with you,
I think it's really an answer. But when we live in a world that's all about domination and control and soldiers, and you got to understand that America has been the bully of the world for I don't know how long. We have soldiers stationed everywhere, and the real so-called freedoms that we have is based on that bullying.
All right, but with all that said, why would they work so hard to create all that for the love of what?
Money, power.
But money don't exist without you making it exist. If you could take over and build all this to protect something, what are you really protecting? It's not the money that you're really protecting.
So if what you're saying is true, we don't need money at all. All we need to do is
really don't. We used to take, bruh, I played a game called, and I understood it, Fallout, right? Where they use bottle caps as money. You can use anything as money. Money's paper. Now it's digital. So you can change money the way, whatever. We use the barter system. So it's really not about money. It's about the love of what you want and the leverage that you can get. To be honest with you, right? Or no?
It's really about relationships with multiple people, because if we can barter, you growing potatoes and tomatoes and onions and garlic, I have a farm with pigs and cows and chickens and ducks. If we can transfer that to each other, we can be sustainable. If I have a home, you have a home, your family can have a relationship with my family. Money is just a tool.
Watch this. It's for what my meaning is anyway. We are doing things that are ridiculous to our living process because we are not loving each other for our race. We're loving each other to survive and stay alive. So it all comes down to one.
Should we be loving each other for our race?
No. We should love each other to live together. Because you know what? That's what we have to do anyway. It's for survival.
So not black, human.
Humanity is only one race, bro. That's
the people that are dominating everything don't believe that. They believe in supremacy.
But that's why
and that's the thing that's destroying us.
But here's the thing, but that's what will make this conversation so interesting. We could break it down to the point where it does, because the basic, to get everybody's mind on track, we have to go down a domino effect, right? Where it starts. And where it starts from, everybody fights to stay alive. So if you fight to stay alive and you build a whole government of what you believe in to stay alive, and you know that you building a government or the system, whatever you may build, for you to keep your lineage and to stay alive, you're going to fight your ass off.
The government and the system is built for WASP, white, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant, and everybody else is up under them. So when we don't want to acknowledge that that's what it actually is, and what they'll do is they'll take non-whites, Asians, and everybody else and say that they're white also, and they'll embrace it. They'll take black people that are what you would consider black people, and they'll be non-white oppressors also. The thing of it is you'll never see Robert Smith, Byron Allen, Shaquille O'Neal, Jay-Z, all those billionaires come together because they'll call that collusion. But the white folks can all come together and own everything, and they'll never call it collusion. America is a corporation. It's a business.
For what though?
To oppress everyone else.
If we all live to 5 years.
See, this is what people don't want to acknowledge about the system that's around us. The system that is around us is to oppress men that look like you and everybody else.
All right. But what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to like argue or debate with it right now. I'm trying to develop something that we can discuss to get to a point. And the point is to get everybody off of the regular talking points of race.
They'll never do it.
But here's the thing: if we consistently lead conversations which are triggering and entertaining, to lead to the point of saying that we are just all humans, right?
They don't look at it like that. They look at you as a mongoloid.
That's why we have to come up with the talking points.
They look at you as 3/5 of a human being.
Right.
Well, let me simplify it down to exactly at least post enlightenment what governments are for. It's literally just protection of property. It's no more complicated than that, and everything kind of mushrooms out from there. You know, your life is your property, but the United States literally. The Enlightenment literally is all about protection of property. Read your Locke, read your Hobbes, read all the Enlightenment philosophers. It all emanates from property.
So, all right, Stanley, perfect for you. You know, and you read a lot, right? And so
over the years, yeah.
So reading the history books, right? Have you learned that the natural fight in man and woman was survival?
But see, Savage, I love that you say that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a survival instinct.
Oh, right.
Well, I love that you say that, but Stanley, almost everything we dealing with right now is unnatural.
Facts.
I don't agree with that necessarily. I mean, they cover that too.
For 100 years that we've been eating germinated, man-created foods. It's not even real food.
And knowing that we're doing it.
Dude, what do you think domesticating animals was? That was genetic manipulation. This bullshit.
So it's not natural.
Okay, Man, no, it's exactly natural. Okay, domesticating animals literally changed their genetics. We were
So it's
breeding
not
dogs,
you goofy old man.
genetics,
What the fuck are you
coming
saying?
up with different. Okay, Nightish.
I'm still on that going down or not.
Just coming up.
You see how there was two rabbits,
Look.
right? Y'all both going down a rabbit and so unnecessary.
No. He says
Wait.
unnatural.
Stanley is
and I'm saying the genetic. Nightish, stop talking about shit you don't know.
Is broccoli natural?
Bro, he's saying like things in on that we're dealing with are unnatural, which is mostly he's talking about the food. Not that we
right, and we have been modifying the genetics of food since we started farming.
But what the thing is that we are modifying to the point where it's a detriment to our health. So it's not natural.
That might be true, but okay, well, maybe a better word would don't use unnatural, because modifying genetics is something that man has been doing since
I agree with that.
Since man decided to plant a seed. You cross two seeds, you take a cow and you cross it with another type of cow, and you get a milk cow or you get a beef cow. All that's genetic manipulation.
Wait, so what you're saying is that the more we do something different, the more natural it becomes?
I'm saying we've gotten to a point to where we can do things artificially rather than naturally.
So if you
like we don't need to take a cow and breed it with another cow. We can artificially inseminate it. We can get in there and we can take CRISPR and we can modify, do genetic editing. We do things that don't necessarily occur in nature, but you got to be careful with that. Modifying genetics you can modify genetics naturally. So genetically modified foods, we've been modifying genetics forever.
Well, he really didn't say, like, he's saying that, but everything's been modified. Learning in school has been modified. The actions of women, the actions of men have been modified. The actions of a man have been modified. So everything's being modified.
When you put a soldier through boot camp, you're modifying.
All right. So is that natural to you?
You're basically ripping the ego apart and changing that individual.
So let me ask you both. Hold on. Let me ask you both. With the consistency of it, does that make it natural?
Yes.
Wait. That's one answer. What do you say?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, does it occur in nature? No. Does boot camp occur in nature? No.
Yes. Because in order to protect your land, we have to accumulate a couple people and train them for protection. We're not naturally learned. We do this every day. We modify everything.
Right, but what I'm saying is that there would be no need if it was just like back in the day when you had one tribe controlling, 10 square miles of land in another tribe. Well, you didn't need boot camp back then. It was just one, clan or one tribe against another tribe. Things get systematized.
How do you win against another tribe, though, Stanley?
How do I what?
How are you able to win against another tribe if you are all the same with no advancement? How are you supposed to win against another tribe? How are you even supposed to know that a tribe is going against another tribe without a modification of what's what?
Well, I'm not saying, what occurs in nature doesn't mean modifying what's in nature. You could say that's natural, What I'm
Yes.
saying is that I'm saying that sometimes in nature is not intentional. Nature happens.
And also, all right. So if nature just
And
happens,
the reason when you introduce reasons into nature, then you start modifying nature for a specific purpose.
so but nature is reasoning with itself, and it modifies and advances.
Okay,
So
now
advancement
that I
is
don't
natural.
believe. Nature has no intent. It just is.
Nature has an intent for life. Nature is around
You and I
life.
would disagree on that.
So, in order for plants to be plants, which is natural from nature, how is it able to exist and continue on with its life without it adapting or modifying to what is advancing without its control?
It's natural, but it's not. I think we assign purpose. Okay, nature happens. Okay, there are processes in nature, but they're gonna happen whether we're there or not.
Which is becoming consistent and normal, which is natural now. So, is our consistency natural?
Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends on how you look at it. Some people would say it's natural because humans, that's what we do. Okay, we plan things out. We manipulate nature. Some people would say it's natural. Some people would say it's not natural because if humans didn't interfere, these processes wouldn't happen. They'd happen either in a different way or they wouldn't happen at all. So it depends on if you think what humans do is natural.
But here's the thing: if we really look at it, which we don't know for a fact, nature was before humans, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So if we exist now, then that was supposed to happen. So naturally, we're existing from natural resources or natural advancement of nature. So it's natural.
Well, look. If you put God as, say, the source of if you're saying God is there and nature is basically going according to God's plan, that's one way of looking at it. There are other people who think it was just totally random,
which is natural. Random is natural.
Well, yeah, you could say random is natural, but you could also say, hey, God has a plan, and that's natural. Some people think God has a plan is natural.
But so that means everything that exists is natural. So he's right about everything he's saying. So nature is natural.
Not everything that exists is natural. Some things we make.
But we make it. But advancement is natural to us as beings. So whatever we make is natural.
Right. Right. There are people who believe that. There are people who do not believe that. There are people who think if man interferes, it's not natural.
Yes, that's me. I'm along with that. If man interferes, it's not natural.
But there's a consistency of life itself. So it is natural.
It's not.
And if it wasn't natural,
it really,
and we would be wiped off the planet if it wasn't natural.
That is the weirdest thing. Some people think there's a divine plan, and that's natural. Some people think that there is no divine plan, and if man comes in and interferes, like it's almost like that thing in the forest. If a tree falls, does it make a sound?
Yeah, to some people, it's close to it.
Yeah, but
some people think. Yeah, some people think if man's not there to hear it, it makes no sound. I mean, it's kind of like that.
It's natural for a chick to come if you fuck her good, but a lot of people haven't seen it yet. So, like I'm saying, like just because we're not there doesn't mean it's natural for like that. Like everything that exists is nature and natural. because it exists.
Not everything that exists is natural.
Consistency in nature for it to exist.
Okay, there are elements that don't exist in nature, but you can make them exist if you manipulate.
Yeah. We're perverting things. So like let's get back to what we were saying earlier about this thing, Atlas. What if that are what let me say this to Savage, because this is a good conversation. What if that thing that's coming is actual aliens to stop us from doing this thing with AI and robots and whatever else? What if it's coming here to save us?
That'd be natural. Because it's it's coming.
Well, the way they make it seem is they say it's the doomsday coming.
But how many times did they say some doomsday was coming and never came, and we still continue to do the same natural shit?
No. I understand that, but they're saying it's the doomsday coming. What if it's the save the day coming?
No matter what's coming, it's coming.
Yeah, we don't have no control over it. So that's my thing about your conversation about nature versus when man tampers with anything, that's when we step away from nature. Because if you just let nature happen, you don't have to genetically modify.
Maybe we're conflating the two words that don't.
No. Let me say it again. If we're letting nature happen, we don't have to genetically modify.
If we let nature happen, we might not exist. We might not exist.
Did you know that? Well, that's true. Did you know that corn is a grass?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so but corn was basically, at the very beginning, it was cultivated. Originally, it was just a grass.
Really? Did people pick it when it was just
So
grass?
over the years, through all this, tampering by natural means, it was just cross this type of corn with this type of corn, and you get a third type of corn. So sometimes letting nature happen isn't necessarily good. You wouldn't be able to sustain 9 billion people on planet Earth without manipulating food and building dams. There are a lot of things that we've done to sustain this many people.
So that's natural. That's natural in the advancement of life.
Well, some people think that building a big ass dam isn't natural. That dam they built in China that dammed up so much water it messed with the Earth's spin. We spin a little bit more wobbly because there's so much water dammed up in one spot in China.
Yeah, but you know what?
Is that natural? Is damming up that much water natural?
So that's what I'm saying.
Natural is situations that are not under our control is natural.
And that's what will make this a good show, because we all three have such strong different opinions. And what Stanley is saying about that water dammed up, it knocks off the wobble of and that's what I'm saying. Man can be his own destruction because we think we can do all these. Because you know what I've always thought about? They talk about microplastics and how but all these things came from the earth. And most things when it comes to the earth are biodegradable. Why is it that man made something that's not biodegradable?
Because
it doesn't occur in nature.
Stanley,
Nature has no idea.
Stanley, you hear what I'm saying?
Because
I hear what you're saying.
All right, so let me ask you this: so if nature didn't consistently do what it did, how would we exist? If nature came before us?
No, nature came before us because I believe that the human species comes out of the primordial ooze.
So the primordial ooze is alien. So where did that come from?
We're aliens.
Aliens? Whoa. Well, I definitely don't believe that.
You have to believe it because we can get down that rabbit hole also.
I do.
Hey, Savage. In the beginning, let's have a discussion. In the beginning, the earth wasn't livable. It was a red planet, right? Nothing could live on the earth. And then at some point it became a green planet.
Okay,
and then out of the primordial ooze came the single cell organism. They called it a what they call the single cell organism. They called it a selectite.
Mm-hmm.
Selectites came out of the primordial ooze.
Okay.
And then it started to develop over time. I think we came up out of the primordial ooze and we eventually became human beings. So they could talk about Lucy and apes and all this other stuff. And then we developed.
You're proving my point. You're proving my point. Because if you said it started off as a red planet, right? And then all of a sudden nature changed.
Yeah, it was all carbon. The red planet was carbon.
It advanced, right? It advanced.
And we couldn't live in carbon.
It became a green planet, right? And
it became a green planet, yes.
All this shit developed out of nowhere, plants and trees and things for
and
us
like,
to.
And when I think about
Nidish, hold on. All this stuff created itself, right? To the point where human beings exist out of it. So this is the natural advancement of this planet. So I'm on your side when you first said it. I'm just going down the rabbit hole with you. Everything is naturally, everything is natural because it made us what we are today, from the red planet to the green planet to the natural ooze that came out of the green planet. This was all meant to happen, which boils down to this. There's only one thing: humanity. I'm bringing it back, baby, like the domino effect.
Let's bring it back to that. So when you deal with that, do you believe that, like in the Bible, they talk about Babylon? Man was doing too much, so they had to create Babylon to have different languages to slow them down a little bit.
I believe that I believe that you do so much, it will come back to haunt you. I believe that so much bad, because I believe Earth is full with spiritual shit too. Just like the air exists. The air changes itself for you to exist regardless.
So that's the thing. I'm into the Thompson twins too, Savage. There's no beginning, there is no end, and that when you die, you just become energy and you continue to exist. But what I'm saying is this: is that men be doing too much, so they had a Babylon. Now man is doing too much, and maybe Atlas is coming here to slow shit down or push it back because we doing too much. When I think about the idea of robots that look like humans that'll be dominating the earth, flying cars, the Jetsons and everything else, I think we need to slow this shit down and go back a little bit, because we getting away from the love of human beings. It's a lot of people that don't have a problem with having a robot girlfriend, a robot boyfriend.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that ignorance is bliss?
Yes.
Why is it blissful?
Because people don't really like reality. The reality is that man is savage and women is savage.
So when people are
a play on your name, a play on your name.
Right. And you know what? And this is why I'm being who I am. So why do you think when people are met with reality, they can't handle it?
Because they're scared of themselves.
Because reality is not bliss.
Because they're scared of themselves.
Right. And if you were taught reality and lived in reality without all those no knowledge blissful moments, you would be prepared for what is coming that's naturally going to happen regardless. Natural existence. So
well, you might not let me say how you say this. You might not be prepared, but you have to accept that that's a reality. You have no. You see, my good brother, CeeLo Green had a beautiful song called "Crazy." Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? You don't have no control. You don't have no control.
Intelligence is crazy. Crazy is intelligence. Like they call the people who see outside the box and can call reality crazy, because everybody wants to live in ignorance is bliss. As you can see,
I don't think there's nothing wrong with you living like that. Keep lying to yourself until the end. Keep lying to yourself. Keep lying to yourself till there's a black nova sun.
So let me ask you a question. I could go down that rabbit hole also. If you keep lying to yourself, you're getting up stressful when reality is hitting your face, right? You're gonna stress
No,
the fuck out.
when reality hits you, you're gone. You're not here no more.
Say that again.
When reality hits you, you're gone. You're not here anymore. But yes, but please stay delusional. Please believe in all the positive things. But when reality hits you, it's over with.
What does over and gone mean, Nightish?
I become energy. I don't remember what Nightish was.
You are deleted.
I become energy. I don't remember what Nightish was.
So
like right now, I'm in love with my wife that passed away. Right now, I'm in love with my daughter and my sons. Right now, I'm in love with my grandkids. Right now, I know Savage. I know Stanley. But when I become energy, I won't remember any of that. That will all be gone, I think.
Would that be called ascending?
Is it ascending? I really would want to hold on to Savage and Stanley and my wife and my kids. So if ascending mean I forget all this shit that I lived in these 56 years, fuck ascending.
Right. Right. And that's the reason why we exist, right? So that means it's definitely something spiritual and the reason why we're here. Love.
Yeah.
Topic. Stanley, what I tell you about chess?
Yes.
Love for yourself.
Yeah, I've been sitting here watching the game.
Love for yourself is the whole point. You're right, Nightish. And that'd be a great topic. Let's rock with it.
We got to make something happen. We got to do some real collaboration. We got to get something popping. Don't keep letting days go by because we have to count our days.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of my schedule in the next couple of days. Me and my girl are going tomorrow to New York to celebrate her birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hey, they said happy birthday. And I'll be back Sunday. I'm ready to be back to work on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So y'all let me know.
Hey, listen, Savage. Love on our hard.
Oh, I hardly not love on her heart. How about it? She got loved on hard this morning. So there's plenty more to come.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Shout out to the shout outs. Y'all be great, family. Y'all be great, Savage.
Y'all soon, man. We gotta definitely collab and link up. Man, I appreciate y'all showing up.
Yeah, well, I mean, my schedule is pretty flexible, so I can whatever your schedules are, more than likely I'll be able to accommodate.
Golden. I'll link up with you when I get back Sunday, and then we'll work on something.
Okay.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
See y'all later.
Later. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm bringing forth to YouTubia app to use every bit and every part of your mind, and you can't. I hate to use that word. Can't. It's really not. It's really not. It really doesn't progress fast when you do it alone. So when you come across like minds with different perspectives, but with the same goal or with a familiar or a similar goal, and you are willing to work things out together, that's how do you build a team and how do you build a community in a positive way right there. You just seen it in real time. Shout out to the shout outs. Shout out to the team. Shout out to YouTubia. I'm gonna call it YT Avenue. These are conversations I fucking enjoy. Man, I was so it just warms my heart when you have conversations like that. And they say, I'm not even gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. I'm very honest. A conversation, an intellectual conversation, is I think it's on the same level of pleasure when it comes to sex. On the same level, that's why they have a sapiosexuals out there. Part of that life, I dig it. You know what I mean? Intellectual conversation is so blissful, man. So intriguing, so pleasurable to have when you're an intelligent person. Because most of the people go around speaking with the most unintelligent people and having them around you do the most intelligent bum shit. And it's hard to get your intellect out and get that reassurance until you have one of these conversations that I had today. Tonight, shout out to Nidus, shout out to Stanley Cross, man. That's called building. I see y'all out there building your teams. Something different that we have. Lot control. Lot control. We can stop that. We can stop that interrupting. You know what? And to be honest with you, when two people want to talk, as you've seen, two people want to talk and get their point across, it takes big people to stop. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Speak and speak. And I know that, and what I see, my observation is that a lot of people need to interrupt because their brain only works for 30 seconds. Their brain only works for 30 seconds. So they need to interrupt you because they got to get it out. Because guess what they'll do? Forget that shit. And you know what else to forget? Get a pen and pad so they can remember it. Nobody's looking at the real intellect of people's minds. Brownsville. Jim Savage, nigga. Y'all don't even know about the animal. Listen, that being said, y'all gonna see a lot more of me.
I'm putting my footprint down, paving a lane in these wild YouTube streets. I'll be nice to you, just be nice to me, but push me, man. And don't even try, cause it gets savage when I'm under that pressure. I'm sliding into the job's complete, intellectually ignorant. It's clean heat, you don't want smoke with me. Ask around, they know the package happened right. Show love, and we good. That's Big Jim Savage. So